Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. Let's chat a little bit before we go into some PSO. So, I think we'll still do Anguish every now and then, but yeah, I think as long as the current changes are in, solo cast is just off the table. I don't see how that would be possible unless I was really like Q cast high level, at least with my current characters. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I guess we'll see from players that are actually playing high Anguish if that impacted game health at all. Again, it was a lot of numbers. I'm not sure like how much of a difference that made compared to before for like Anguish 10, for example. I just know from my experience, I don't think this is really going to change at all how I play Anguish 1 through 4 with the other characters. So I guess the only thing is to consider is if we have an all cast party. So it's just something I'll keep in mind. Still not really super happy with it, but you know, we'll see if they change it in the long term. Otherwise, yeah, don't expect me to do Anguish at all with casts basically ever ever again. So pretty much yesterday was the last day I'll do it, shy of being in like a full party or something like that. But anyway, I have some questions, I guess, to myself in terms of my damage numbers. See if maybe I'm ready to switch over to some of the higher end weapons now that I've been leveling a lot of characters, both, well, mostly on stream, but a little bit off stream during the event, and seeing if it'll pay off to switch to an upgraded weapon if my DPS is there. So I think we're going to do some DPS tests now that I've leveled, I don't know, like 7 or 8 times minimum since I last tested it with the Ramar. I'm really hoping he's going to be able to hard special kill at least Forest. I don't think he'll do it in caves, but we'll see. So that's what I'm going to do until people come in. I'm going to test the Ramar out. I do want to level him. I do want to get him to the point where he's at least at like 1150 ATP, because I know from experience getting above 1100 makes Forest really easy. So I think I just hit that threshold last level up. So let's see how much damage we do, I suppose. Also having like 7 more accuracy. Now I can get away with hard specialing, hopefully, on every enemy there. So let's pause the music and we'll jump into the game. Also, I realized I did UTC in the wrong direction. That's what I was thinking about last time. Forgot to mention. Yeah, UTC, I think it's supposed to be like the universal time code, which is the Greenwich Mean Witch time, which is what I'm used to calling it. But so it's ahead of me. So it would end at 5 in the morning on Tuesday. So I would say probably expect another crazy session. I might just play Monday until the end of the event, to be honest. I'm kind of seeing it. I don't know if it'll be a 24-hour stream, but it's probably going to be another big stream. So you have that to look forward to. That's a little sneak peek, I guess, of the future before it gets uploaded. Anyway, let's jump into the game. Let's see. Do those levels finally pay off? Oh, no. I tested it at... Now I remember. I tested at 130. It wasn't strong enough. I tested at 140. It was close. So I'm at 149. Is that good enough? It's 9 levels, so it's a little more than I remembered. Yeah, because now I'm at almost 1150, which is what I was looking for. Makes sense, given my level structure, and I'm in max accuracy. Let's try. Oops. Will I finally be able to get the free forest clear I've been hoping for? I guess I'll do the normal event. Why not? Might as well just get a badge out of it. This should have almost everything I need. Excuse me, man. This is bothering me today. Almost everything I need from the current inventory minus the charge arm. I should have one in here. I don't have a charge arm in here. Huh. Well, I'm glad I put one in the share bank the other day. So I'm definitely down more charge arms than I realized. I thought he had one. He had charged launchers. Not quite the same thing. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. I'm like, no. I'm like, I definitely put one in here. So that's unfortunate. I just have generic ones. So let's see how it feels. I got a 20-hit Gatling gun, which it does feel decent. Obviously, if I freeze them first, it's definitely going to be more than enough accuracy. Quest. As I'm hitting with the spread needle right now with all heart attacks, so this should be super accurate. The question is it accurate with enough damage that I don't get hit? Okay. Locale Visham. May my rares be wanted rares. It's PSO, it's very unlikely. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, if it crits, it definitely kills. Okay, so if any of my hits crit, it kills. Nice. So overall, I'm doing about 1,600 damage, which is about what I was thinking for Forest. But for the 1,800 people in caves, it doesn't kill. Not without crit. So yeah, okay, we're definitely good enough for Forest. So maybe 145 would have been the cutoff for just consistency. Yeah, I'm able to land hard special, which is really good. That feels a lot better. He's not really going to build any meter, but I think the damage is good enough. It's kind of one of those things where you have to kind of do those game of trade-offs. Like, yes, I could end up with Shifta D-Band level 21, but if I don't actually need it to clear, then the meter doesn't matter. Whereas, like, Rocket Seal versus Falls, if I don't have it, it takes, like, literally minutes longer. Okay. Oh, actually, for the Hill Delts, I wouldn't have killed in 3 shots, but I think that's okay. If that's the only enemy, like 4 levels ago, I wouldn't have been able to kill, I think that would have been okay. You can see some enemies living due to damage range, but it's not that far off. So 1 level up, I think, would remove the damage range. So I think my original estimation of 1150 ATP would have maybe eliminated the damage range, because I'm only missing by like 6 or less. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, now I'm actually consistently landing the specials, which is also important. Unfortunately, more money drops from enemies, so it makes the charge strat a lot more viable. Yeah, the crits are really good. Yeah, so if I do crit, I think it still kills them. I think that's within acceptable range, for sure. And don't need the spread needle at the moment. Yeah, it's always good to do a damage check every now and then if you're not sure. Yeah, that extra almost 9 accuracy. Ooh, that feels so much better. Because I was whipping those specials earlier. Not on every enemy, but enough that it was annoying. especially since it was also not 3-hit killing. Even just having 1 miss is like, ooh. Especially needing 5 shots to kill on a slower weapon, not the best feeling. Yeah, we'll see who ends up being around. We'll maybe do some episode 4 during even beat with people. People want to do Cannon Rouge. I mean, this character's feeling much better. Ooh, I'm so happy we leveled him in this event. Yeah, my Hukaseel's close to the level I wanted her to be. Current character's pretty good. Yeah. It was really slow. What was slow, Calvation? The game? The game should not be slow, Calvation. If the game is slow, something went horribly wrong. What did you do to it? I mean, if you did something in Seaside, I don't know what else you would have done. I know the tower quest. I don't want to do Phantasmal World 4. That was the question. That's yeah, I'm at least 150 and got nothing else to do kind of run. Oh, you didn't get rid of the old add-ons. Oh. Yeah, that would probably do it. Yeah, if you have to delete your add-ons if you play again. Yeah, I had to go through that whole thing. You probably saw it in the Discord. I was not thrilled to do that before the anniversary event. I'll put it that way. So yeah, if you ever do decide to play again, Calvisham, you'd have to remove the your current add-ons and try again. I believe the ones that I'm using on stream are now up on the Discord, so you don't have to go through that process. But you still need to at least find your folder and replace what's needed. Not bad. Yeah, I gotta get into the habit of only hard attacking. I think I'm almost at the point where I need hard attack to be on a different button. I'm using it more than my normals to avoid picking up items. Wow, not a single rare enemy. That's brutal. Crit twice in a row. That's easy. Save myself some money there. Yeah, so we're at the point where I just need to do a lot of these quests to level him, but I think 149 should work for my solo for the most part. This is not bad. I could definitely just clear Forest at this pace. Very consistently with the charge arm. And if I need him to, I could use Dressblade. Oh, do I grind for another Dressblade, actually? Because I have only literally one. I guess today is the day of just going for random items. I have nothing better to do. I've already tried grinding out the other things. Had very mixed results. I could play either green ID or purple ID for breastplate. Probably would still prefer to play Purple ID into that. Probably. It's between those two choices. Meanwhile, Calvisham's on the hunt. Quest that I used to do for Sinnoh Barrels, was it a maximum attack stage? I've been 2B, I'm trying to remember, because that also had miracles. Didn't have the other enemy I'm looking for. I don't think I bothered clearing all of it for sure. Did I do 2C because it had 6 Gibbles? I think I did 2C because it had 6 Gibbles. Just very quickly verifying the count. I'm like, that sounds about right. Then at some point I need to play my Hugh New role, but I'm not in a rush. I think it would actually be interesting if I brought my Blue ID character into episode 2. If we were gonna do more parasitic gene flow runs. I think it gives me most of what I'm looking for on Blue ID. So I mostly just want Psycho 1, and it's a Psycho 1 chance. I wouldn't be opposed to it. She at least gives level 20 buffs and debuffs. If we were forceless, it wouldn't be completely terrible. Huh. I'll have to open that up for in the future. If people want to do those kinds of runs, I'll volunteer her. At least she has Last Swan, so I'm going to be doing more in a boss fight with her than I will with my Fomarl. So if the goal is to just slice her everything, I'd rather do it with the Hugh New role, where I maybe might be able to help other people as well. Yeah, let's do the very rare episode 2 hunts. I guess we'll show all the old runs I used to do. Haven't touched them in like forever. I cannot menu today. It doesn't help I use a controller normally, so it's like I don't like going to keyboard from controller. My brain doesn't like that switch. Diggy, old run. I don't know what the password is. I'm playing single player until people show up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was C. Because I did C because it gave me 6 Gibble chances, I think. So I had odds of getting Heavenly Ability, Breastplate, and all sorts of other nonsense without having a super hard run. I think it also gives me a chance at Heaven Punisher if I really want it, but it's pretty good. And it also gives me Spiegel chances, which is V501. So if I get another V501, that's actually really good. I can leave that on one of my other Rangers. So I don't really need a V502 unless I'm specifically doing episode 2. So it's just as my, like, easy back end for what I need. Oh, she's got it back. Yeah, I guess now that I'm playing... with her here, I should probably also switch her to Charge Arm. I've just been feeling like Spread Needle's been enough. But yeah, this character I probably should have been doing Charge Arm a long time ago. It's fun. I know for a while I didn't do it because I didn't have Meseta. Like, I think I burned out at one point. But that was a while ago. It's been a while since I burned down to less than 6 digits in the share bank. I think the lowest I got this year was like 200,000. I mean, it did get low. I did a lot of like 100k gambles, so like all my money disappeared instantly. So, oh well. Yes, I think it would help here, because these enemies like to spread out quite a bit. And sadly, Spread Needle is not called Range Needle, because it's not quite able to hit most of them without a little movement. Hopefully you're doing well today, Calvisham. I remember before I had a shotgun, I actually just Rabarda killed bees as the raw moral. And honestly, it's still pretty effective. I guess if you want to use your MST, I'm gonna spam it. Alvisham almost injuring himself again. Taking my head. Can't take him anywhere. I believe it's Barrel I want and not Speedle, right? Yeah, so these are the ones I need to kill. The item I'm looking for. The other ones give me V501 chance, which again, I also want. So yeah, I used to do this run like a long time ago. So I don't know if I ever streamed me doing this run, to be honest. So most of it I remember. Like, I know there's gonna be really annoying plant monsters in the next room that love to run around and waste your time. And again, this was another room where I'm just showing my old strat before I had like the super guns. I would just spam Rabarda because it did okay damage against the barrels, and it would kill all the bees. Yeah, we'll probably revisit this room once with Charge Arm to see like what the proper high-end strategy would be. But for people just starting out, surprisingly, Rabarda is very useful. Like as a damage tool, not just freeze in that scenario. So I'm only at 862 MST, which isn't close to her max. If she had been wearing more of a Mind Mag, which is what I used to do when I was in that room, I would actually swap into my Mind Mag for that. I would be doing almost like 300 damage, what I remember. So I would kill in about 5-ish uses, maybe 6. It's pretty fast when you think about it. And given that that hit more than 5 targets, I was like, yeah, I think that saved me time to do. I don't have my Mind Mag on me at the moment, but I think the intent is clear. Speaking of annoying plant enemies, I was switching earlier. I would bring my Spread Needle here, paralyze them so they didn't run. Even without a V501, it's not that hard to land. They have only a 20 resistance towards it. So I'm just used to bringing it for this specific room. But yeah, I should probably Charge Arm the other room for sure. Especially here. Like if I had Charge Arm, I could have been shooting already. These other enemies are slightly more resistant, so without like a V501, I wasn't as inclined to use it. So when I was starting off my careers, I didn't bother. Because 35 is too high. 20 was like just right. I just didn't really care if they had it or not. Yes, this character has a V502, but they're still missing fairly frequently on those. Oh, one of the plants is 15? Oh, I thought they were both 20. Either way, I'm okay with it. Oh no. Calvisham trying to blame other people, as usual. We all know Calvisham did it somehow. We're just gonna go a likely story, Calvisham. Yeah, I think what I'll do when I get home later, I want to see if I can find the old add-on that has like the XP per second. Because right now the XP is actually fine. I'm just kind of curious how it stacks up versus other runs we could be doing. Again, here's more barrels, so more address play chances. I would like if my Raw Cast had it permanently and my Raw Mar had it permanently. Then I would actually do a lot more runs if it was consistently on those two. This was another room I just Rabarda spammed. Even without the Mind Mag, it still works. think I also went Robarda, just because I got annoyed of them teleporting constantly, so if I did happen to get the freeze, it would just let me kill them from there, versus doing like a couple of charge shots and only hitting like one of them because they teleport immediately. I can also technically seize these. Oh, I can't actually... Look at Zuma. Let me do this so I can read the chat a little easier. There we go. Maybe I'll show a Phantasmal World 4 for Calvisham. How far I used to go in it for items. I probably have still memorized subconsciously where every enemy spawn is. I did way too many runs of that. It was getting like almost on TTF levels because I wanted a V502. That was the only reason I did it. And then I would go for backup rares, because I'd go as far as the Gibbles, because I think back then I didn't have any God abilities, and sadly I actually at one point had more Heavenly abilities than God abilities, because I did that run so many times until I got the V502. I think I did like 4 or 5 Heavenlies before I got a V502. Yeah, here's my chance to get the V501. And I think this is where all my V501s came from. It was just this quest. I don't think I gambled any of these. Yeah, this is where a Charge Arm would potentially be good. I hate that these enemies disarm me, though. So essentially, I'm looking to fight to the long hallway. I sometimes go a little further, and I quit in the arena in this quest. The long hallway I usually set up with Frozen Shooter to just get like really easy kills against Gibbles. So once we get there, I'm gonna be switching to Frozen Shooter. There's also a Guide Me there, I think. Unless I remember another long hallway quest. But essentially I just want to punish them for existing. Do I really not have free space? What's going on? Madness. Speaking of the long hallway. Their evasion is so high. I can't believe I missed it at almost max accuracy. Like that's just depressing. Yeah, this is why I need a Frozen Shooter with hit. It's not for anything else other than episode 2. Oh, I actually managed to get Mag Blast. Sure. I still have a little bit left in the run. As I said before, I tend to go a little bit into the arena, and I tend to immediately like quit on Murder Flower. So sometimes I would prep the lobby when I go through there. Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully the rest has helped a bit. Yeah, all I would do here, I don't think it was optimal per se, but since I was like starting out when I did this at like level 110, 120, so I definitely didn't have the stats I have now. All I would do is just Frozen Shooter this whole room. Is it the fastest choice? Probably not. Did it result in me not getting hit by basically anything or needing to move? Absolutely. Sometimes that's all you want when you're just going for rares. You don't want a chance of death. And there's going to be a Gibbles that'll be near me. I can bait him out and then shoot him. And there's one much further down the path. On. Oh. I had the right idea, but the first shot was slightly too early. So sad. Anyway. Still pretty easy to kill. Sometimes I would get just a little closer to guarantee that he doesn't jump. Like here, he won't jump. But we'll just abuse him. If Gibbles can never reach you, he's just free checks for items. Yeah, here's the Gaigwees. Okay, it was this quest. Again, just Frozen Shooter all day long. I don't feel like learning it with anything else. Wait, did he take damage but not get frozen there? Hmm. That was interesting. Sometimes I think I'll get closer to make him not jump. But it's okay if he does. Frozen shooter OP. Slicer Fanatic with hit. Okay. So yeah, I would just do this quest over and over. I would typically reset here, but I'll show you a little bit of the arena. Because before I was scared what this would take me, so I didn't incorporate this into my run. But if I just wanted some generic XP while playing, I know eventually there will be a Gibbles here. So there's going to be 6 total in the quest. If I feel like fighting a miracle, I can. Yeah, we really need to get weapons again. So maybe it might be worth me spending either eggs or badges on them, just so I can finally get like a full set of hell again. I know I gave Chris several of my hell guns, because I'd rather he have it if we play episode 2. But yeah, I probably need my own at this point, so let me just let Chris keep those forever. Yeah, that's like mostly fast waves for XP. I figure since I'm here and I'm trying to level while grinding, I do this. Is it good for the run? No. Do I do it just to get more XP? Absolutely. Yeah, I would typically stop in the previous room, but sometimes I'd go as far as the Murder Flower wave in this room. Because this is the closest thing you're gonna get to like the endless without endless in a quest, where you just fight a lot of battles back to back without moving. So if you were still looking to level, which is what I was looking to do at the time, I'm like, these enemies are somewhat easy to kill. So I might as well just spam like ice or whatever until they die. Still pretty lousy. Comes with the sore throat. Oh, already heard that. Needs more rest. Yeah, I think I also just closed the shoot at them when I didn't have my charge arms. Because I just got tired of them teleporting. If they didn't teleport, I would just use shotgun all day. But there just comes a time when you've had enough. The rest again soon. I think today will be on the shorter side of streams. It definitely won't be like yesterday, for sure. Okay. I will admit, there's slightly more robots than I remembered earlier, before the murder lily, I mean. So, not bad. There's their nonsense teleporting again. Pretty much no rare dropped at all, which is really awkward. Yeah, the Spiggles and barrels on purple ID, I just found so good. Like, especially when you're starting out. I mean, you potentially get a, like, run defining. Yeah, they extended it, but it's like, for me, that's like 5 in the morning. So it's not the best extension. If it went to like 12 or 14 UTC, it would be, I could maybe do a little bit, but we'll see. I have a feeling there's going to be a very long late night stream on Monday. Here's the Gibbles I'm looking for. We're getting close to the Murder Flower. And that's where I say, Let's debuff them. This is annoying. Rotate around them so they get stuck on each other. I'm not really sure why I didn't target the other guy, but that's fine. Yeah, we're very, very close to the enemy. I don't want to fight. You could kill the Gagwees if you're here. And we might as well as. Yeah, and after that, expect a very long hiatus from PSO. And if you slash Labby fast enough, you don't die to the murder lilies. See, if you know they're coming, you're just like, Right, chat? I'm doing the murder lilies. Were you interested in hopping in, Chris, or are you just taking it easy? Get rid of these. I mean, we don't have to do episode 2. I'm just showcasing things. You play for a bit. Okay, let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna show you the beginning of Perfect World 4, aka when I was grinding a lot. Let me put these things here. Logging in now. No worries, you got a few minutes. This run is not very long, I'll put it that way. It should be under 6 minutes. So what I would used to do is go to Extermination, I believe. Go straight to 4. So it immediately makes you fight an Ilgil, which if all you're looking for is the Ilgil rare, perfect. You just do that and reset over and over, and I'm not even kidding you, it's like the whole run. What an abysmal run, I would just like to state. Yeah, you get like one chance to buff, and he spawns like right next to the boxes, if I remember correctly. See, like, his ability to stun me doesn't really matter when you have a frozen shooter. And I kid you not, I would reset on this enemy every time. That's the whole run, by the way. But I would also go at least to the Gibbles, because they're heavenly abilities, and honestly, even right now, that would still be an upgrade for some of my characters. So I might as well fight the Gibbles. Sometimes I would go to the next room, but it's not really needed. Yeah, you can block all you want, Gibbles. I don't really care. There's also some boxes that are worth popping here, so if you're looking for decent items, also there's a lot of traps. I just wanted to showcase them to you. So if you understand why people stay to the left side, it's because like everything is rigged to explode for some reason. Yeah, and then there's like a normal murder lily, but they're not really hard to deal with. Like the beginning of this quest is like fairly tame, so like you could just go one by one. Next room is where the Gaigui are. Oh yeah, I'm aware. Don't worry. As I said before, I ran this quest a lot. That's why I didn't want to run it again yesterday, because I'm like, I know what I have to fight to get there. I didn't really want to fight like a million Gibbles as the cast. I don't think he's not quite ready for that nonsense yet. He's close though. So we'll showcase the Buzzsaw room. You can see why I call it the Buzzsaw room. I have no interest in fighting those, but what I would normally do in my run is I would pop these boxes, because sometimes you get a good technique, because it is tower, and that's the run. That's the whole run. Chat is curious. That's what I would do for Ilgil over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and I killed like 100 something in this run, where I would check both sets of boxes. I would kill the Gibbles because I actually did want their rare, and I would kill the Delily because sometimes they had good rares, at least relative to where I was in the game. And yeah, that's the whole run. Enjoy the whole run. So now my question to you is, Chris, what kind of run are you looking for? You're approaching the final days of the event. I want you to say that I joined on stream and got to do what I wanted to do. But the traps here are ridiculous. There's also this back here, which helps. So if you want to just be invincible for a bit, you could try to time this. Like, it's kind of annoying. It's basically a gimmick of like, they know the tower is hard, so they're gonna give you invincibility on a timer. But if I'm not doing the full run, there's really no point to it, so I don't really bother with it. Again, that's my whole run. But just be aware, if you're actually doing that quest legitimately to activate that, you'll see like high-level runs if you watch people play through online. They try to time the run so they get exact invincibility for all those nonsense quadrililies. Frozen Shooter with hit, another Heaven Striker, a Steel J Sword, and a Dark Flow. Okay, then let's go for all of those today. Got some time. We're still early in the even beat, so I think we could start with Heaven Striker if you're interested. Slash lobby. I'm conveniently already playing the character for Heaven Striker. We're CLJ. I mean, if you want, I don't know. If you have a Sky ID, I could pick anybody. Otherwise, if I play QCast, you have to be probably at minimum your raw moral. I don't mind doing the Steel J Sword run into that room, but if that's all you want to do, you can do a few of those. So I'll leave it up to you, Chris. What do you feel like doing at the moment? Because I can make the game for even beats if you want to go for Heaven Striker now, or we could do other things. You know what? Let's just make it simple. We'll do Heaven Striker. Oh wait, Chris doesn't have the type of the storm. We'll do... just call it Ziggy Striker. Or Strick, apparently. Password is king. Doing some PW4 quickly, yeah. So, yeah, if people were curious how I got my V502, it was that over and over and over and over and over. But as I said before, you know, at least you kill the Gibbles, and on purple, Gibbles is heavenly ability, so I'm like, okay. So people are wondering how I got to where I am with some of my gear. Those are the stories. There are quests with more Ilgils, but I'm also doing from the standpoint, I did those grinds when I was like 120-ish with this character. I was like way weaker than I was now. I don't even think I broke 1,000 ATP like at all. I think it was like 920 or something. So I needed to rely very heavily on Zalor in order to hurt the Ilgil. But it let me do it really early, and it gave me... in fact, I think I'm still wearing my heavenly ability. Yeah, I'm still wearing the heavenly ability I got from back then. So, just proves that it's still useful. I mean, obviously, once you hit max level, you're not going to be using it, but I mean, like, if you're going to be spending 100 to 200 hours on the character, like, I would consider it still a good item. Yeah, otherwise we're looking pretty complete. So what I can end up doing is, I guess we'll switch items. We got a decent number of badges. Switch in, we'll do at least 2 Heaven Striker runs. Then I'm thinking what we'll do is a few Heaven Striker runs, then we can eventually we'll do another form of Heaven Striker, I think. I'm looking at the time, I got about 2 hours to play. We'll be playing more in the evening, for sure. I just want to make sure we do as much as we can with Chris's stuff. So we'll do at least 2 runs of this. Then I think we'll do a couple of team Steel J Sword runs. And then we'll do some casual forest. I'm in block 3. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I switched. I'll switch back to block 1 after this. Love to have a striker in here, right? Yeah. There we go. We'll switch back to block 1 so people can find us, but I figured just for the first one it doesn't matter. So we'll just do classic pod. Let's do a disaster. Then we'll say 2 pod, then we'll do Perfect World 4. Did you still need a V502 for any character, Chris? Out of curiosity? Because that's where the same quest you do for, you know, your Seal J would be that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking at some point, if you also don't have a dress plate, we should do the other run that I was doing so you can get a dress plate. You having a character completely immune to lilies is kind of important. It's gonna make your life way easier for other runs I want to do in the future. Yeah, we'll open up, I'll call it Ziggy Pod, I think, in the next quest. We'll open it up to random people in the first block. Yeah, the sad thing is Pew Pew Laser really does not build meter. If only the specials built meter, they would have been so amazing. Instead, they're just kind of, if they don't add damage, they're not worth using most of the time. So sad. I'm not going to be using my elemental shots to kill anything anytime soon. And at least, like, Berserk and Charge are really OP. Make up for that penalty. Man, oh man. Some of those other options, very questionable. Like on my screen, the Dorfon didn't actually physically appear. Like, the shadow went through Chris. I don't think his graphic was there. That was rude. Oh, the satellite lizard menacingly approaching Chris. Or a couple of them towards us. As long as I'm walking towards him while he's doing the fast walk, he generally won't leave at me. Yuki, White, Bronmar, found Handgun Milia. Nice. I'll let Chris handle that side. I'm gonna go the other way. Oh wait, there's less backtracking. Oh, they actually did get confused. That's kind of funny. Badge. Oh, the badge dropped near Chris. I'll get it later. Well, it's just a bronze badge. And I don't think there's anything I'm looking for bronze badges with at the moment. I'll go back to the grinders. I still need a lot of grinders. I should not be sleeping on those. I know I normally ignore them, but... Oh, floor Dorfon. Got that here, Dorfon. Okay, I think we've converged. I'll pick up the bronze badge. I at least see where it is. I'll go pick it up. Over. Getting badges for the event. Don't need those. We'll do a couple pawns. We'll do crisp, focused runs. We'll see who joins in. I'm sure there will be people that will be all about the Sealed J sword run. Yeah, I mean, you wanted it. This is probably, I'm not gonna say it's the best possible event because there's badges, but from the rare perspective, it's solid. At least you get consolation prizes. Maybe aim at the wall. That's so annoying. What the? Why did? It's supposed to be normal power. I just got normal power. Awkward. Oh, Yadamir. I remember those. It's been a long time since I used those. These were just kind of like a stepping stone shield for me, from what I remember. I didn't use them for very long. I missed every normal. Game, please. How is him approaching menacingly make him bullet immune? How does that work? It's always worth popping these boxes. Let's see if Chris gets another set of photon drops or photon crystals. Luck has been pretty good with these so far. I'm gonna pick up the money because I want it. No rares today. I still have like a million scape dolls. That should be good. Don't mind me just face tanking. Oh. I accidentally finished my 3-hit combo. It's the Rabarda button and the 3-hit combo are the same button. I just didn't hold the back trigger at the same time. Unfortunate. I meant to do like normal power increase, which should have happened, but I got the full combo. Unfortunate. Player issue. It's not the game's fault on that one. Let's stay over here for the other stupid enemies. Love that you could just make them not able to do anything. Uh-oh, Crystal wrote the other one to me. Got baited. Yeah, if we stay here, they basically just line up and die. There's nothing they can do. That was a very rude amount of traps. Nice, I'm gonna go for the setup. Oh, he went past the thing this time. I don't think this affects my overall plan, to be honest with you, but it is annoying. He can keep trying to charge me all he wants. He can't hit me. Oh, solid objects. You're the bane of every AI's existence. They're like, what is pathing? Bronze badge, nice. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do a couple of these, then if we do Underground, we just need a green ID character. Either I play my Ramar into it and we do double Ranger, or if you want to do a Force and... Well, I guess you would have Pew Pew Laser still. Actually, that would be fine. We'll do 2 of these into, like, an Underground. And then I could bring in... Oh, if it's Pew Pew Laser, it'd be better. Another... I have to think about that. Think about if my Ramar would actually be the correct choice or not. Because then I would have a really consistent defense, which would help with the things that Pew Pew Laser takes a little longer on. I guess I could try it once. I mean, my Ramar did level a lot since the last time I did it. This character is decently high level. I mean, in theory, I could Pew Pew Laser with the Ramar, but we'd be doing, like, their damage. It would stop them from teleporting, though. Yeah, we'll do 2 of these, and I think into a more even beat, and just end the even beat. We have been neglecting episode 4. Oh, I got stuck on him. I got stuck on the invisible enemy. That was rude. Thanks, game. I'm glad his collision box spawns before he does. Realized I can't use my other spell. Bug from yesterday. Never reset the computer to fix that. Kind of annoying. Oh well. It's not game changing or anything. It just means I can't chain lightning on this character. For other characters it makes more of a difference. Doing okay with 2 Rangers. I might be able to get away with the Ramar on green ID. Maybe. At least he would have high accuracy, as I said before, so if I gave him just like Demon Slicer, I think that would be fine. Wow, it seriously didn't target the first time. That was unlucky. Need to be like 1 step closer. Sure, you know what? We'll slowly fix this thing synchro. No Heaven Striker. We'll still go through just to fight for the dragon skill, I guess. So yeah, we'll do even beat stuff, episode 4, then we'll do Seal J Sword for Chris. And then when we get bored of those, we do a couple of forests with people. Yeah, sadly no Heaven Striker chance here. Game, don't freeze me into that, that's rude. Bad game. Game, please. I'm so close to killing one of them. I've almost gotten to the next. Please stop knocking me down when I get like 1 shot at him. Wow, seriously? You really gonna stall me like this? He's got one hit left. Also, that was a super glitched out graphic. I know people saw that on stream, but it stretched to like the full width of my screen. That was interesting. Can't say I've seen that bug before. Well, on the plus side, I have Mag Blast. So the game decided to just literally hit once, dodge, hit once, dodge. And it kept knocking me down the moment it was targetable. It took so much longer than it should have normally. Oh boy. Well, I did fix the Sing Synchro a little bit. It should be a little more damaging. I was gonna say, I'm gonna do that to dodge the tornado. Wow, what a perfect dodge. That's fine. We'll take damage here. This is fine. I'm gonna slow on. I did it slower on the laser there on purpose, so that way I didn't desync the health totals. Alright, that was pretty much textbook clear. It's pretty much textbook. I used the Mag Blast to dodge his annoying attack and optimize my damage. And I even got to donate once. Just to pump the damage. Oh yeah, that was way too early. If he's doing laser, I don't think you could do it. But right after he's done with laser, you can kill him. It's basically only vulnerable for a very small window. I don't usually find it worth aiming for. I usually press it while he's like at the end of his laser animation, and that will always guarantee the hit no matter what he does afterwards. Ooh. We got a 50 hit total draw Gladius, but not that useful. I'll go pick up my boss drop, I guess. We still have like half of the even beat left, not bad. Disorder inventory slightly. Gotcha. Yeah, whatever. Just want my Masetta from the quest. Pay for future charge arming. Okay. So I'm gonna switch to transport to block 1. I'm gonna call it Ziggy Pod. I'll give Chris a few seconds because I know he's a little delayed. I'm sure he gets an opportunity to hop in. I'm gonna put a password. Okay. I think that's waiting long enough. Yeah, it should be in block 1 now. Escape dolls. 3 items. I'm gonna put away a couple escape dolls. Reach level 200. Congrats. Put away 2 escape dolls in case I want to sell more for money. Uh-oh, I'm a little worried. There we go. Somebody came in right before Chris. Angel Eyes. I was gonna get some raw moral. Yep. Oops, that's not the right emote. So we'll wait a little bit, and then I think we'll get started. I mean, 3 people is pretty excessive. Honestly, we already cleared pretty quick, but we'll wait. There we go. Saved by the bell, indeed. Oh no! Is this the wrong one? Oops. Is this the right episode? Oops. Oops. Wrong episode. Might be. Yeah, might be. Might be. I was like, wait a minute. I think what I'm used to is like I'm hitting up to go to the bottom of the menu, and it doesn't work on this menu. Just so everybody's aware, like, you hear me hitting it, it doesn't do anything. It's weird because every other menu wraps in the game except for that one. It's just, if they're gonna change something about PSO, can they please fix that? That drives me wild, by the way. That drives me absolutely wild. Please fix. If you're gonna patch anything in the game that has, like, no downsides. Yeah, I'm just letting him know, because some people reset as soon as they don't see Kandryu. We're gonna kill the boss. Yeah. I mean, I guess if we get 4 people, I don't mind doing like 2 pods instead of just 1 pod. We'll wait a little bit. Hopefully the faux new world comes. Yeah, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna activate. Oh well. I mean, they could have had it. I would have gladly had them in. I just made the wrong episode. So sad. Yeah, it's pew pew laser time. I'm just curious for the Ramar, what they're bringing in, if they're bringing charge arms. Red needle. Alright, classic. He's buffed. Love the emotes from this person. Yeah, now he'll understand why I was caring about the time. I'm like, yeah, we care about even beat. We can't wait that long. Yeah, as long as he focuses like the Astark, which is the thing you don't kill quickly, we go pretty quickly. So definitely in a team, like if you're playing multiplayer, if you're wondering what to do when you're with the pew pew laser, we kill Dorphons and Astarks slower than everything else. So if you have like demons or like a consistent freeze, those things are definitely welcome to just help deal with these enemies. And obviously he's got Frozen Shooter and Spread Needle. Potentially he can lock down Dorphon. It's also not our fast kill. And otherwise we can stall like every kill. Or honestly, if this person just joins every game, I'm kind of okay with this over just doing 2-player green ID. We can do green player desert at any time, more or less. We'll get it. We'll do that tomorrow, I think. Fix it up. I just figure while we're here, I don't see the point in isolating people if they're gonna join. Bronze match. How badly do I want that? Not that far from me. Plus I need to get the Rappy to reset. Okay, so let's switch to Demon Laser. Demon Laser, please. I saw 116% 187. How did I whiff so many times? Please. Have mercy. Pretty well geared. Always appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna get. They're basically about where I'm gear-wise with my Ramar, so it's kind of interesting to see. I'm using a lot of Spread Needle, got Frozen Shooter. Need to unlock an Excalibur. Technically, I have an Excalibur that would be for my Ramar, but I haven't unlocked it yet. I think that's the only thing I'm looking to do. Obviously, I'm not going to do that during the event. And that does require actually playing the game outside the event. So I need to figure out if I'm going to do a special day where all I try to do is unlock Excalibur and we talk about different things. I mean, maybe my video for item guides will be over gameplay of me unlocking Excalibur. I'm not bad at multitasking. And it would give people just something to look at other than the chat screen. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So if I plan a good video, I can unlock Limiter and Excalibur at the same time. Although, I don't think I'll have like hours worth of video, so I need to think about what to do with the remaining portions. I should go back for that grinder. I'm gonna need a lot of those in the future. Ooh, nice use of Drpiloe. I like that. I was getting so used to lasering, but yeah, that hits more targets. Makes sense. Laser should still hit this, even if I can't see the character. Just the shadow. I'm gonna stand off to the side. Fine. I don't care about those two Rappies who move the event. Yeah, I love this specific spot just because I can do this. Unfortunately, he has to get closer, so he's gonna trigger Dwarfon, I think. I guess I'm saying he, I'm basing it off the character sound of the players. But, or other. Whatever they identify as. Let's go through here. Of our friend. The suspicious cactus. Actually getting pretty close to leveling with this character. I mean, I don't really need XP on this character, but it is nice. Yeah, maybe in the future, maybe not this event necessarily, but I think if I just level a little more privately with the Ramar, I think I'd be willing to try some underground with him. Like normal underground, it doesn't have to be event underground. Yeah, this event has been pretty fun so far. Might do some desert underground runs in private, or I guess I could still stream them. It doesn't matter. The event's almost over. We're coming into the 2nd of the month. It ends on the very early my morning on Tuesday. So we'll probably get some opportunities and stuff. Up those in case they drop a badge. Yeah, I agree kind of with the hard left out of the door. Hard right, I haven't been able to avoid that easily. Nice, and we took care of the Marissa. I think he's going across the way. I literally was about to say, if I don't see him going across the way, I'll go across the way. I totally agree with this strategy. He did it before I could even mention it. Or I should say they. They did it before. Because then that sets him up to kill the zoo. And I can cross safely. Okay, good teamwork, good teamwork. I'm gonna ask them before the game ends if they're up for more pod. That'll determine whether we do, I think, Desert Green or more pod. Because I'm happy with pod, don't get me wrong. If they're up for it, then I don't see why not. So it's always nice to meet new people. Assuming it's not just a quick TTF game. This is when I get to feel their play style out a little more, because there's more weapon swapping. I get to keep an eye on them a bit easier with this character. Aw, chambered in. Everybody going for the emotes as we run. I feel like I've seen Angel Eyes around somewhere before. Was it a forum post? The name sounds familiar when I think about it. I don't think this is the first time I've interacted with the player. Maybe indirectly. I was pretty close. I was on the red color. Ooh, the Baran launcher. Nice. I approve of that. This is a good opportunity where the enemy's not moving very much. I think that makes perfect sense for this boss. I'm glad we got to see that used. Yeah, I'll go to the next area for sure. They should probably go with me. Oh, thank you. Are they listening on the stream? I mean, I don't mind. It's cool. Kind of forgot to say I was streaming to the people joining. That's fine. Fortunately, no mag blast, so I have to do this somewhat legitimately. This phase, I think, in a 3-player split, usually you have 2 people here. Unless the other person is inconsistent. So I guess, if we have to do it again next time, if the person stays there, Chris, I'll have you just come with me, because you hit evenly. So I don't think it should matter that much. So I'm just gonna burn Trimate, so I don't need to bother with rest of the animation. I'm not gonna be greedy here. Missiles will mess me up. I'm gonna play it safe. I want him to do another cycle. I'm gonna go for the kill here. There we go. Yeah, because Brand's launcher, if it whiffs a target, is kind of brutal. But lasers are pretty consistent. Oh, hold on. Are we gonna get the hair jiggle? I hear myself moving. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Listen, this is what you live for, chat. Not the rares. It's breaking the game in amusing ways. There we go. I was having fun walking around. Yeah, I figure I'd ask before they leave. That will make us like, oh wow, 12,000 to set it is actually a huge amount of money. Oh, okay, cool. There we go. We'll wait. I mean, unless we somehow cap, but we'll give them a little bit of a head start. We're not going to rush to make the next game. Let's take this opportunity to restock. Normally I do this when I'm actually low, but this is before. If we got a solid group of people that want to play, I don't really want to split it. We'll sell the evade material. We don't. Yeah, we still have at least 3 or 4 more attempts upon if we want it. I figure why not. Oh, I have a 15 hit LNK. Interesting. Identify this too. Is this the Gatling? No, this is the regular machine gun. Never mind, I think. Maybe? Well, anyway, at least it's a 35 potentially. We should at least identify it. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's just this one. 35 is okay. Sadly, I think that would have been an improvement over what the Q-bar was using. In fact, I think I took this off the Q-bar. I just never identified it. So, could have had 10 more accuracy on the Q-bar. Would have been kind of nice. Oh well. So I think I waited an okay amount of time. So we're going to make the game, and then we're going to wait for them there. And in the quest. Let's see. Made sure that time was on the right one. Okay. So we waited a little extra time. I'm gonna leave it... Oh, there we go. Perfect amount of time, apparently. Item reader isn't displaying weapons. If it doesn't have a high hit percentage, it could just be removing it, Chris. That's a default of the new one. Like for me, it doesn't show it unless it's like 40 hit. It might be 30 hit. Default. I wouldn't worry about it. I would just make sure to join the game. We'll talk about it after the even beats. Yeah. Guess I'll share the guild info with them. They seem like a... Yeah, I'll send them the guild card. it in return. Help me if I can ever figure out where this card is. Oh, I should probably... Oh, yeah, I should probably update my card to actually say more information. Oh, I had to close to accept the card. I was looking in the menu to actually get it. Oh, hello. Yeah, guild cards can help with some, like, very niche uses, but it's also nice just to collect friends, I suppose, on PSO. Ah, they're here in New World. I couldn't tell because I only saw their hair. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if they'd here New World or other. I like the sword. Is that the clone sword? I don't use many of the other swords. I think I used like Daisy Chain for a while, and then I just switched to purely red sword. I had like almost nothing in between. Oh, I hit one of the Rappies. I tried. This character of all characters is gonna level the event, which is kind of crazy to me. Although with the Mind Mag, I'll actually benefit from the level up. So we'll let those two fight together. They're ATP for lasers. Nice runs, man. There's a war going on behind me. What is happening back there? I turned around to help a little bit at least. Down a lane to Argent with 25 hit. Oh yeah, we need to go for Excalibur. Oh, maybe we'll do the same thing but orange in the future. I was trying to figure out what to do. I'm pretty sure it's orange that gets Excalibur from Country. Maybe we'll just have a day to get another Excalibur, then I gotta unlock one of them. Speaking of which, there's something I've been meaning to check for a while. There's so many banners at the top that I'm not sure when I'll get a chance. I got a Heaven Punisher, nice. I mean, that was the quest we were doing, I'm pretty sure, by the way. They said Spiegel. They were probably doing something similar. Or I guess they could have been doing it NBA. Nice. Red Ring has found Red Ring. Nice. Is RVR not the Roggle Boost Road indicator? Or are there just so many banners I'm never gonna see the quest thing at the top? It's actually kind of sad. I just want to know what quests there are. I'll celebrate them leveling. Is this not the command? There we go. Wow, that's it. I was about to enter it again. I was like, oh my, I'm pretty sure I entered it wrong the first time and then right the second time. New mop-up operation 4. What is new mop-up operation 4? Okay, I'm gonna look that up later. It resets on Sunday, so possibly later tonight I can see which one that is. I mean, the mop-up operations are okay. Let's go protect Angel Eyes. There we go. Nice photon gun. Nice use of last swan, I think that was. Just QQ laser in. Nice, I love it. Oh, I got an accuracy point. Nice, relevant. There we go. I've learned the way of the Drpiloe again. I'm pretty sure I used to do that. I just forgot to do it. I was just retaught to do it again. Thank you, Angel Eyes, for reminding me of the proper way of doing that. Nice, nice, nice. I'll probably mention to them that I'm on Twitch later. If they join another round, I'll mention it. I don't... See, I always find that weird, like... Oh, a smart link? Oh. I think I did need another smart link. I'm pretty sure my Humar at most didn't get it. Humar needs as much help as he can get, chat. He'll take any smart link. Oh, the brave normal attack there. Wow. Back to back. Okay. Well, I think... Okay, so let me think about who needs it. I think I have either 4 or 5 total. I know there's one on my Hugh Pass. There's one on my Hugh Seal. Vulgar Uncle, thank you, Calvison. Tell him to spawn a Condryu, though. We need a little more Condryu. Yeah, I don't like how far forward we are for the Dwarfon, but it's fine. I'll adjust to them not hearing us. I prefer to get them stuck on the building there. That's so sad. I thought I could normal attack in time. That's too slow. I had the reactions of an old man there. Okay. Yeah, but I was saying before, it's always kind of that fine line. I don't want to seem like I'm pushing my Twitch stream, but I'd like, at the same time, I want people to know if they want to, you know, if they want to hear the audio as we play the game, which I think is fair. So I feel like there's always that conflict. That I don't want to be that guy that's like emote, or not emote spamming, but basically spamming, like, oh, watch my Twitch here, blah, blah, blah. So I think because we've been with the person for a little bit, I might mention it. That's the closest I come to usually telling people I'm on stream. Other people just happen to find me on stream and then join me because I'm playing private games. It's always that fine line of deciding when to tell people that you're streaming. Because my character names don't match my Twitch handle. Technically, I could name them all Ziggy Fixter, I guess, but I don't know. I like actually naming my characters. I guess in theory, I could put it on my guild card. Because then I choose who receives it. Actually, not a bad idea. I should still probably mention it while playing game, but if people were curious, then they could look it up later. And obviously, if they don't care, they don't care. Yeah, let's do that. We'll take a moment to fix that. let them go across. Yeah, wow, double smart link, kinda nice. Ooh, don't get hit, don't get hit. Oh, almost got hit. Game, why give me the targeting icon if I can't hit them with the normal attack? Please. He's out of stock right now. Sorry, sorry to hear it, Galvation. Maybe next week. I'm gonna give everybody a quick little restock. There we go. Let people get closer if they want to. So let's see, are we rewarded? Galvation was actually just lying to us. He's out of stock because we took the last one. I get how it goes, Galvation. We're following along. Unfortunately, I got the shorter of the ones. Not sure if we'll get it in time. Yeah, unfortunately. I probably should have joined, because I did pop the shorter of the two. Small misplay, I guess. But I wanted to be kind to the other person. Oh, got smacked in the face. I guess the other colors were fighting them. I only saw the yellow again, which I didn't want to pop. Okay, that went very well. So yeah, Chris, if you come with me, it'll go pretty quick. I'm assuming the other player will also go with us. Ideally, hunters would stay behind because it's just single target, so if they have like Vulcans, you should do that. Yeah, Angel Eyes is volunteering to stay behind, so at least we'll send 2 people this way. That's less fine. How did you hit me on the way up? Ridiculous. Oh no, the spinner redirected my shot. No, that was the worst start. That's the worst thing that could have happened. I got desynced by the spinner of all things. I haven't had that happen before. Oh no, Chris. Okay, I will say next time, Chris, go closer to the center, then that won't happen again. So sad. You missed the final one twice with your last shots. So we're gonna get AoE lasered. It's already dead. I don't know why it's still doing this. So close. Yeah, I got trolled by the spinner. I went to the backup location. No, Chris died. No. Oh, I died too, but I've escaped all. So sorry, Chris. Oh, you need to bring escape doll. Escape dolls, Chris. Let's go revive Chris. Ah. And you'd be randomly. Oh, nice, I got that hit striker. Take the money. 20,000 is a lot. Oh, they gotta run. That's a shame. Just to see you around. Oh, that's a shame. Still do a couple more. We've got even beat for like 30 more ticks. Oh, that's why I remember them. That emote specifically. Yes. That emote specifically. I remember that. The cat sleeping in the window. It's like, I feel like I've seen them before. No, I definitely interacted with them before. They were probably in lobby. I've seen those. They have pretty good emotes. Yeah, I took double smart links. That's the consolation prize. That means I'll have one for definitely my Q-Casil, the Q-Cast, the Humar. I don't have many other ones that would need it. I guess like my forces will need them once I get higher level. Like I think 2 more levels on Fomarl, for example. I can keep smart link on permanently. Yeah, let's go for at least one more. See who else joins us. Nice. Well, at least we could say we helped someone get a Heaven Striker. So that's good. We got about an hour left before I have to go. This will probably be our last pod. Need to quickly grab a drink? Sure thing. This will probably be our last pod. We'll switch to some Seal J Sword and other stuff. Because the runs they're quick enough. Because this run tends to be a bit longer. We'll see who sticks around. If no one ends up joining the pod, then this will be the final pod. I'll leave it open for a bit. So we'll give them in 3 minutes. And if I don't see people in 3 minutes, welcome back. If I don't see other people in 3 minutes, then I think that'll be our last pod. We'll see. Doesn't feel like we're getting other people. So we'll wait a little longer. If we don't see anybody, we'll just switch what we're hunting for. Heaven Striker's not the hardest thing to get in the world. I could potentially just buy one for Chris. I think that'll probably happen. But what we should do, we wanted to do some Frozen Shooter. What would be the best ID for Frozen Shooter? So I'll leave the game up in case somebody joins, then we'll continue with it. But for Frozen Shooter specifically, I think it's just white ID. To get the handgun Milia, is there any other ID I'm forgetting that's really good? Because you could get Disco Brave Man, which is good. Red Partisan, which is okay. Pure Freeze, always useful. Oh, we got somebody. Saved by the join. Once they come back to the counter, we'll start. I think we'll do a couple of forest runs on white ID. I'll bring in my White Ranger, get some more use out of them, and then we'll end the stream with, I guess, several clears of Seal J Sword runs. That way we could cover everything Chris wanted to hunt for today. So this will be our last pod, and that should leave us for at least 30 to 40 minutes. hopefully the other person can step back to the counter, because I do want to get the quest going at this point. Come on. I will I was gonna say, I will leave game. They're not here in like 30 seconds. Let's go. We waited for a while. I mean, that was at least a 2-minute wait. Like, we don't have all day with it. Be good enough here. Yeah, that should leave us enough time to do 2 forest runs, and whatever time we have left over will be Seal J. The Seal J is a pretty quick run, at least. This one does take a little bit of time. And we might only get 1 or 2 Seal J in, so when I come back from what I have to do in the afternoon... Oh, why can't I target? That's weird. I come back from what I need in the afternoon, so, whenever Chris is available, we'll do a couple more Seal J, just to make up for it. Maybe in the future we'll do some blue ID Cycle 1 / Dark Falls run, or not Dark Falls, Overflow runs. Because I'm thinking if we do that, if Hellcleave is around or if Tiki's around, then we would potentially get interesting rares. It's one I don't want to do with just 2 people. If we have like a 3rd guaranteed person, I would do the run. Since there are items I'm looking for blue ID, and it would give me an excuse to level the Kimu role. Who is a little disappointing in single player. I never really found a super great use for her over the raw moral. Just because Frozen Shooter is just so good. But she's been like okay damage-wise versus like bosses. Oh, is he a... Oh. For some reason, I thought he was a Q-cast. And I saw him pull out the Heaven Striker. Never mind. That makes more sense now. I was like, what's... I'm like, why is he backing up? Like, oh. I thought he was just a small cast. Confuse Trap actually didn't troll me that badly. Yeah, it's still worth normal attacking over our forecast friend. Still worth normal attacking over using our laser on the Astartes, because even with my not max ATP, a crit is 600, my laser's only like 300-ish. So I can easily just remove a shot from play. There we go. Shift on you. There we go. I wasn't sure where they were relative to me until just then, to be honest. So I didn't go to them down the same path as them. Heal up a little. Nice freeze try. How do I Lizard? Almost getting me there. Oh. Run over by Dorcom. by Dorpon. Well, I guess if I have a question of how to get more smart links, this purple ID seems really good. You know, people in the chat were asking, like, what ideas would be good for them. I do think purple is really solid as a ranger, especially if you're playing a solo ranger like Ramarl or potentially high-level Ramar. Do basically all the runs are interested in except for Red Ring, so you just need another character to do it. Otherwise, if you're just looking to hear like Tower or Seabed or all those other things, like purple is pretty solid throughout. Like them in particular with Pod, being able to do them with the laser gun is so fun. Yeah, Ramar wishes he could laser gun all of episode 4. I'm sure if he has all of his challenge mode weapons, he still has a decent time. But I don't know if we'll ever get to that point, to be honest. I'll have to reassess where I want to go with PSO after we're done with the event. I'm still feeling kind of off about like the whole Joy the Key fiasco. But we'll see how things stabilize, I guess. I think this person's standing where I want to stand, so I think they know. They know. See, it causes the Astartes to just miss you. Placement. Also, why can't I target the middle one? What's going on with this nonsense? Aim, please. Why can I not target you? This is like the most unkillable Yaoi we've ever fought. Like, it was just completely untouchable. I'm gonna buff them early so they don't say anything. There we go. There we go. Give them a little bit of heal. They're topped off and shipped to D-Ban. I like that they're still using the same gun. Like, this gun is just so run-defining that it's used even without the PP laser special. Oh, episode 4. Power creep is so real. Untargetable Yaoi strikes again. I wonder what's causing it. Is it because he's just getting too close? Like, we didn't have this issue in like any of the other runs. Like, it's one of those things where like I'm kind of curious. I play single player, so it doesn't really happen often either. I wonder. Oh, I missed the mono grinder. What? Oh, they drop game. That's awkward. I don't think that was on me. Oh, maybe they said internet issues or something. Yeah, there's some AI behavior I definitely want to look into. Them to, like, see, like, right now, like, none of them are going invisible to us. I wonder if it's just purely, like, a distance mechanic. Like, it doesn't come up very often because I'm a force, and I don't move. Maybe it's like if I'm a hunter and I move forward, or I'm a ranger and I actually move to snipe. That influences their invisibility or something. Yeah, that kind of sucks for that person. They got booted like right before the boss. I feel a little bad. That's what happened. I'm fighting them from this side, see how I feel about it. screen. I think it went behind me. Good. So close to getting the kill with 1-9. More level 29. So close. So close to being useful, chat. It's so close. Not quite. So I think we could do 2 white forest runs, and then whatever time is left would be Seal J attempts. I think that should give us like 25 or 30 minutes for Seal J, which is not bad. We're 20 to 25. Conjure. Well, at least we saw 2 Conjures out of 8 runs. That's not bad. I'm just surprised none of us have seen a Dragon Scale, though, at this point, with how many Shepardins we're getting. Because those odds are not horrible. I think statistically we should have seen one by now. Especially when you involve multiple players into that equation. Game, please. Oh, it was actually somewhat nice to me. It spawned it near me. There we go. Oh, it died way over there. I think I killed the orange one, so we have an okay amount of time. Unless the yellow one died first. Because I feel sad. Ooh, that was getting kind of close. Well, good news. Stolt family's actually gonna be late, so get like another 20 minutes of PSO. Now we can very safely do. We'll do 3 white runs, and the rest will be CLJ sword. That way we give at least 3+ attempts to each of those. I'm gonna Dimate versus resting, so I can get 1 more attack on average per cycle. When it does the missile cycle, we get the most hits. So I want to see this one often. I don't want to see the spinners. Speaking of which, I don't want to see the spinners because they can interrupt the normal times you can hit them. Now it's all up to Chris. See, Chris killed it in the time it took me to reach it. So that saves a little bit of time. Yeah, we'll do 3 White Ranger runs, and then probably, with how quick the other one goes, probably 4 to 6 CLJ sword attempts. I think it's way more than we normally do. See where it goes from there. I got shift to level 30, and congratulations, Chris, on the level up. Okay, I mean, to me, that's not a bad consolation prize, honestly, getting a level 30 tech. Like that. I mean, I definitely, if it's not going to give me Meseta or the rare, I would prefer a level 30 tech, so that's fine. I'll pick up a couple of these just to sell. Sadly, that's a lore 29. If it was a lore 30, I would have gone back for it, but we gotta be more strict and stingy with some of the other choices. Luck 1. Guardiana with hit. Wow, 30 hit. Pretty nice. That away. Sell our 2 items. I'll switch over to the White Ranger. At least we could say we haven't been neglecting episode 4. I think next time we play, We're gonna do some green underground runs versus pod to try to get a Heaven Striker or some other general rares. And also just get a lot of XP. So that way we can just hard carry any other quests if we need to. I'm sure Chris is happy if we end up doing episode 2. At least his ranger is leveling to a decent level. And in the quest. Bang. 4, 5. I'll make the white ID game. Chris can bring whoever he wants in for Forest. If there's any character he feels needs some levels, this would be the time. Yeah, there we go. That was a good guess. I love Arwal. My favorite Sky Realmar. You served your purpose. Give a salute to Arwal for free turbo button banning, getting us there to the Ranger wall. Okay. So I'm still wearing a frame. I probably should get like a Lieutenant Mantle at something. So if we happen to play Green ID Underground and get Lieutenant Mantle, that would actually be extremely convenient. Yeah, this character is very undergeared. But I still have fun with them, so that's all that matters. We'll say Ziggy. I don't know what to name the game. I think for now I'll just leave it like this. I'll leave it open for people that are bored. I'll do shooter. Oh, Frozen. So hopefully this is able to join easily. I need to figure out the name of the quest and put that in the game title, because that would make more sense. But we'll leave it open for random people that go around. We definitely don't need them for this run. I'm just curious if they join. Items. Only have a Glorious Shield. Can I buy better than a Glorious Shield yet? Oh. So sad. That's 32 spread needle. Is the spread needle 40? Take some Mono Grinders out and double check. Well, there we go. See, we just improved our damage. Look at that. Little upgrade. All I have is Spread Needle. I don't have any spare machine guns already. Or not machine. I don't have any spare shotgun. I could just use the L&K that just got acquired, I guess. It's for a mech gun. Oh, I technically have Baran's launcher. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Give her the Baran's launcher for now. Not using it on other characters. Only got 20 hit. We definitely need to use crystals on it, improve it to at least 30 or 40. But it's better than literally having no shotgun. So it looks like nobody wants to join. That's fine. Oh, I could call it MAE Forest. Okay, I'll do that next time. I forgot that's what the event quest was called. I don't read, I just select the menu options. I'm positionally based. I'm like, I either want forest, caves, mines, or ruins, and I don't read the text. Alright, what are my buffs like? 17 Shifta? Ooh. Still better than before. We got work to do. Damage is okay. Like, I'm just making sure I had a power mag on her. I think she has my spare power mag. is now no longer a spare. Bronze badge, not bad. Trying to get some of the rap pieces to get up. Yeah, the nice thing about the cast is that, like, even if we don't have, like, the best crowd control, there's just always, like, these traps that just completely shut down waves. Marcus will enjoy the frozen traps against the hill delts in particular, though he doesn't have the frozen shooter. Joys of being a cast. Still get that luxury of saying no to things. Three of these, and then we'll just do a handful of today. I think about who I should run into it. I mean, I guess I could bring my Ramar in just because it's got Frozen Shooter, and that's all that really matters. Chris is playing his Hugh cast presumably into it. That's what I'll do. Or maybe I'll bring my Hugh Neural. Well, is there anything we need to like freeze? Not really. Yeah, maybe I could bring my Hugh Neural there. Not okay accuracy. Sorry, one Moth Bird was left. I'm not sure what ID. I see. Oh, I see Chris's ID is green. Okay. We'll have to figure out what ID Chris's. Oh, 18 shifted. Nice. Enjoy the rewards of slightly more power. I'll have to see what ID Chris's Sky is, because I don't remember. I thought it was the Sea cast. Could be his Ranger. Okay, so then I could basically bring anybody I want if he's bringing his raw cast. Preferably somebody with buffs, just because it does speed up the run slightly. Yeah, maybe Hugh Neural would be okay. I did say I needed to level her, and I wanted to play her episode 2, so might as well use her. She's good enough. Not added. Has Rabarda, she is before. She still offers something to the table. Don't necessarily need 2 Rangers with it. Especially not when one of them is traps. I get so much XP. I should probably do his lore since my strength isn't high-end. I think I'm slightly misplaying. It should be fine. Ooh, only Zalora 17. Check my bank later. I went to Anti, and I just realized this character doesn't have Anti. Interesting. That'll be fun for later. When I go to use this character and forget that's a thing. That'll be, fun. They're bullying the character with Frame and Glorious Shield. Get away from me. I'm going for the Spread Needle stun lock since I don't have high damage. It almost worked. It got down to the last, like, 10% of his health. Part of 15. I think I did. Oh, nice gold badge. On the plus side, I almost have my Luyula because I just got hit like 4 times, and that's all I need to kill it. There's the lure, so Chris can kill faster. And rest on him. I've almost leveled. I'll just reapply buffs while I slow TP. Oh, now that is a beautiful stun lock. Oh, you don't have high stats? Oh. Beautiful stuff. For them, speed it up slightly. Getting so close to leveling. I think it'll need one more kill after this. Do have Night Glass. Okay. One more accuracy is nice. Above 220, so I'm above most hunters. This one I just need damage. We found Barter level 30. Stepped on by the hill delts. For the remaining people, keep shooting. Not sure where Chris is with his meter, but potentially we could buy Wayula. Bash, okay. Build Chris up a little. 98, oh that's pretty close. Some of the Rappies. No, oh well. And pretty much this Rappy squad will enable him. Oh, I'll probably Myla, he could do whatever. I mean, just killing these Rappies should give a meter. Chris can initiate once he has it. Oh, he's in the Rappy stun lock. It's real. Alright, once he uses it, just join. I'll let him initiate, because I can react. I got those PSO reactions. I'm like, I'm on it. I react to people's misinputs too. Well, there we go. Easy wave clear. Good idea. I liked it. Keeps the war going. I think I could hit all of them due to the people blocking me, but that's fine. I'm still level 20. That might actually be an upgrade for me. Should go check that out. Yeah, Ruby Legs. Still not quite tanky enough to deal with episode 4. She's getting to the point where I could potentially do some runs just to get her to episode 4. And she's only been played for less than 8 hours, so pretty good for 8 hours. Okay, so I can use the rest of level 20. Out of curiosity, what level technique was I using for heal? 14? What's important then? It heals for a little more. More importantly, I have more range with it. Down. I should have become 9000M with hit. Ooh, nice. Yeah, Purple Underground is also a good one. I'm assuming, yeah, Boron, exactly. So eventually we'll do some Purple Underground for sure. Because at this point, I feel like my Romarl can handle every part of the game. No contest, no exceptions. Do it. The only thing I might need is a Hell Gun again. But otherwise, even without it, I think she could still clear. So it's not like a, oh, this room is impossible. Like, nah. Just go slightly slower. But she can still DPS everything if she needs to. Leveling my Hunaural is also good because at some point I need to unlock my limiters. So the higher MST she has then, or ATP, depending on, I guess, whether or not I need to actually melee to finish things off with her because her TP holds mediocre. Let's see. On, no rares, boo. I stun lock 3 out of the 5. One of the ones I didn't hit me. Oh, excuse me, game. I definitely hit an attack there. Get out of here. I love my rest to heal is like 80% of my health. Slightly under 2. We'll do 2 more of these, and yeah. Get her closer to level 100, which will be nice. If Chris needed more silver badges to, if he wanted TP material, or if he just wants to convert them into, I guess, gold badges, all this is still useful. I'm gonna say Ziggy, Emmy, Forest. See if people want to join in. It also looks like Frost, which is fine, so I went Frozen Shooter anyway. Yeah, as I said before, my gold badges, I need so many of them that I don't think it's realistic for me to do anything with them again. We'll wait a little bit for people. But I think from the standpoint of silver badges, I could try to fix one of my characters. I think my Hugasiel has bad materials, for example, but I think all my other ones are there. Hello, Takarias. Hopefully you're doing well today. We're just pausing a moment to see if anybody wants to join in for some Frozen Shooter runs. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going. Oops, somebody joined us. Say hello. Okay. See that? It was all I needed was the name change, apparently. Just need to put MAE in the title, and suddenly we got people. Hello, Vanish. Hope you're doing well. Benrick is you. Hello, Takarias. Well, then we definitely need to give shoutouts to you in the YouTube video. I will try to make a note, go back, associate with your name. I do want to give proper credit where credit is due. If they join the Twitch chat, I will do the shoutouts. Hopefully you're doing well today. I'm playing my very undertuned Ranger. One moment. That was an awkward time for a message to pop up on my screen. It actually blocked my view. Doing spectacular, Radish? Well, that's good. Foot's okay. No crazy ladies with energy drinks snatching. Nice level up from Murder Mech. Not today, thankfully. That's good news. What are the plans for today, Branish? We'll be streaming for at least another hour or so. Let me rephrase. We'll stream for at most another hour. I have something to do. We got a little extra time. Family was pushing back some plans. They said 12:15 originally, and now they're saying 12:45, which is good enough. I still need to prep before they get over, but you know, it's all good. Crap, I shouldn't tease it. Hold on, everybody. We're free of traps. Yeah, sorry for not having shift to 20 on this character. We'll find a pick me up. I have like a million shift to 29s and 30s. No 20s. He's a lure, because I'm definitely not the DPS with this character. Yeah, there we go. That a slicer fanatic, I'm gonna say. Nice, I leveled. I mean, I'm gonna need it. I'm only using frame. There we go. Barda and Rabarda 15. Interesting. I wonder if either of those are an upgrade. Lands are chill to play Warband, and it's gotten so easy due to something I found out. If you can tell you what it has to do with certain treatment like Conquest. No, don't spoil. But glad that you figured something out about the troops. I mean, for me, it's usually any unit with a shield is pretty OP. So, probably just do some of those. Barda 18 repair, Barda 15 is a downgrade. Mana fluid, Mana grinder. Where's my Barda? Oh, I already have Barda 20 on this character, that's right, never mind. Not needed, but I'll take the 15 for the Q bar. Oh, no, I just got it, never mind. Strike that comment, I remember yesterday we got it. Glad you're figuring things out, Radish. On a high level, without going into the specifics of the game, are you going more of like an int build? Going strength? Oh, no worries, Takarias. I'm sure I have a force somewhere that has a ship to upgrade for me. Somewhere. But it's not in my share bank, for sure. So that I feel bad about. So I could be buffing the team a little more with my very underpowered character. You don't use the shield ones, they're overrated. I feel like the opposite of that. The shield people are like literally invincible. I don't like to use shield, but it is very effective. It's kind of unfair, really, Radish. Just think it this way, when you're sieging and they're on like a castle, for example, and they're shooting arrows at you, the shield people are basically invincible. So, like, you need somebody with a good shield in front, or you're just gonna lose troops for no reason. I don't think they're like necessary in like the overland battles, but yeah, I would not sleep on the shield people in sieges. They're like insane. They break shield in one hit. Yeah, it's good to have those characters with the axes. But as I said before, with sieges, you need people to actually make it up to the walls. So if they themselves don't have a shield, they'll just get picked off in range battles. Are you just doing normal runarounds, or are you actually taking castles and stuff in the game? Or are there no? I guess that would be semi-spoiler if there's no castles, but whatever. Yeah, because there's a big difference in what units are good in the overworld versus sieging. That's why I just went with like oops all shield people plus crossbow. They can take a lot of hits. That's good. It's not kind of like the Huskarl units, but even those units still had a shield. They just have an equivalency of. They have like throwing weapons plus axe, which is good against shield, plus other things. Or if you made your companions have shields, then that would be all you need for sieges, really. You don't need like everybody to have a shield, but you need at least like 5 or 6. Or you hold the shield yourself and take away all the attack detention. Either or. Use your companions for range, that's fair. I think having played the game a few times, I realized that in Mountain Blade, it's just better for them to be offensive and to not bother skill pumping them at all. Like, if you're gonna use them, just do the offensive companions only. Unless you are truly dedicated to never, ever touching in, which I don't recommend that game. Due to just comparing how fast of a game I had with int versus not int. Oh, you have 50. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you don't need like a ton. It's kind of like you just need like a. Like, let's say you have 40 units total, just like 5 to 10. Hello, Drpiloe. Hope you're doing well. We're just talking about random games. Don't mind us. Finally on the same time as me. Nice, nice. We played almost all day yesterday, Drpiloe. Not sure if you saw. I think it was a 12.5-hour stream. But to join Venric and us so badly if I can? Sure, we could do one together. I mean, if people want to do more Frozen Shooter runs, I'm not opposed. They go very quick when we have 4 people. Malcolm Davis on YouTube. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to make another note. If you don't see your name in the video when it eventually goes to YouTube, please remind me. Dino tried to comment a lot because he always puts useful stuff. I recognize the name. I do try to read all the YouTube comments. Do the bandits have shields? Some of them do. Not all of them though, Ranish. Others are on like horseback and they're just annoying. Some are just generic soldiers. Okay. Let's do at least one more run. We were gonna do, I'm not sure if people were interested in Seal J sword attempts. Because I did promise Chris we would do it, so we could do at least one more of these just to get everybody in one game. But yeah, we were definitely gonna transition over to Seal J sword. Rep for anything? Okay. I'm sure it gets difficult to handle and all that to make vids. What's the Seal J sword from? Gaigui, we would be doing Phantasmal World 4 Episode 2. We can hard carry it, for Drpiloe, depending on what character he brings in. Takarias is fine. But we'll do one more. We'll call it, I want to make sure everybody in the stream gets in. I'm going to call it Ziggy MAE Forest. But I'm going to password lock it, so everybody just pay attention. It's King, lowercase. I'm going to make sure everybody here gets first dibs. Versus an opening game. Game is now up. First with my next upgrade being Safety Guard. Safety Guard. But yeah, Drpiloe. I do want to give a shout out, so I'm gonna have to go back and make another note. Like, let me make sure I properly do here. Another note. There we go. Yeah, if you prefer a specific handle, because I do like to tag people in the YouTube, just let me know. But I think for now, we're good enough to at least do one more run of this. But for people interested in joining in on PSO, I will be playing in the evening, and then Monday will pretty much be an all-day thing. Oh, the drop first shot. Yeah, it's, yeah, you're right. It's Hilda Tour. Oh, you're looking for Heaven Punisher? Yeah, I did some of those. I remember. I played Hugh New World Blue. I felt so sad, killing like 30 Hilda Tours and received nothing. Yeah, we're playing my weaker of the Rangers. They need to get XP. It just kind of helps me get through things. People might have seen me level Ruby Legs. This character has literally been played for less than, I think, as of right now, 9 hours. But yeah, I got them to Ultimate in 4.5. In the last ever run, I believe, of HBR. But anyway, if you have any questions, Drpiloe, you want to ask, feel free. I promise you, we will do the video on item guides. We talked a little bit yesterday, in fact, on some of those items, but I want to formalize into a video. Oh, you did get at this event. Oh, congratulations. I misunderstood. In fact, I did remember seeing a Heaven Punisher earlier today. Did you get it this morning? Or is that not you? I don't remember whose name it was. Somebody definitely got one this morning. I made a comment on it earlier. That's gold badge. The heart shield. Yeah, I don't think I've ever used safety guard. I just preferred more offensive stuff. Oh, you've had it for about a week now? Okay. Never mind. Different Heaven Punisher earner. Because I was making a comment that they got it on, presumably the same course I was doing in episode 2 earlier. Due to the enemy was. Although you just mentioned that you did Tilted Tours, which is so cool. I should have been able to use context clues. Let's see. Let's pick up the Meseta. Easy clear. Oh, getting closer to leveling again. Happy that this character can kind of hold their own. And then we're going to humor Chris with some Seal J Sword runs since we've been going for some uber rares. We did a lot of Psycho Wand attempts. I think in the evening, depending on who's around, we're going to go for Psycho Wand again, but in episode 2 by killing Del Beaters with Blue ID. And then Monday, if you are all free on Monday, anybody. Ooh, Jellin 18, that's an upgrade for me. Thank you, whoever dropped that. We will be playing like literally every quest possible for Ubers and other things. So if you have any personal requests and you happen to show up, I will probably do the personal requests. And we're gonna play basically from Monday until Tuesday morning. Since I do not have work on Tuesday. You're asking for a day off. So it's very possible that there could be a 24-hour stream due to the event being extended to 5 a.m. It might only be a 20-hour or an 18-hour, but I'm expecting a lot of hours coming up. And we're gonna regroup, we're gonna take a break from PSO, and we're going to figure out a nice little compact item, guys. Yeah. I could maybe do it. Depends on what time we do it on. I'll need to take breaks for sure, so I have to plan how many breaks I'm going to take during the 24-hour stream. Thinking at least 4. So I'll need to make food at some point twice. Unless I get like a lot of leftover food or something the day before. These. I want some grinders, actually. Low end sword, we were just talking about that earlier. Seat your table, you're right. High end fiber. I think that'll be the plan. I'm expecting a very long special stream to send off the anniversary event. I think so far it's been a lot of fun. We've met a lot of people, both on Twitch and in the game itself. And yeah, we've had opportunities to talk about some Section ID things. But I want to put together a more formal list of items. That way, people like Drpiloe have a nice little guide to reference. That way they're not digging through like hours and hours of gameplay. We just have a compact, say 30-40 minutes of what items really help elevate you out of Ultimate, what early items can you get, what items are worth trading for, recommendations from a high level on mags, etc. I don't know if I'll go through the full mag feeding process still. I guess I'll talk with people that do it more than me. So I haven't fed my own mag, like level it since literally the first year of playing, and then I was like, I got my Nidras, and then I threw those notes away, kind of thing. And I'm sure my feeding wasn't the most efficient either. So, we'll see. I do think the popular mags are the Satos, the Nidras, and then the Berta kit mags. Those are probably the ones I see the most. But sometimes I'll see like a one-off, like I'll see like the invisible mag or other things of that nature. But those tend to be far less common than those. Man, no Hilvators at all. Brutal. Unlucky today, chat. Unlucky. I don't think we saw a single Hilvator today. Out of like about 60 build. Nice level up at the end, though. There we go. I'm at 807 ATP. I'm ready for solo Forest. Chat hates it. Yeah. Sadly, sadly. 50-hit charge vaults. As in, like, 1 drop for you. Kinda sick. I think the only time I've ever received a 50-hit charge bulk is when somebody was like, oh, you could just buy those in the shop. Here, look. And I'm like, wait, you actually got them in the shop? I was like, I've been using the shop for so long, and they're just never Vulcans. And if they are somewhat gun related, it's just like some really sad, like, Geist Vulcan or something weird. That's all you need for ult. That's true. That is also true. I mean, that's kind of one of those things, like, people won't think of looking in here. Although, one thing I'm not entirely sure is the mechanic of what level they start showing up at. That's another question, and, like, I know there's certain IDs that will trigger them. I need to do a little more research, because I want to put as much actual information in as possible. Radish just asking a question. Do you have advice on how to make money in Warband? I've been low-key struggling, but I can't go to another king or something because I need to buy a ship. Alright, so I'm not familiar with the ship mechanic. That's new to me. My suggestion to you is just... I usually just straight up take a kingdom, or you should work under somebody. Although, I guess if Vikings don't have, like, the vassal ship, that could be kind of annoying. My backup strategy is you burn a village that you don't care about. I feel like all of those are applicable across. You either join somebody as a mercenary, you take over one of their buildings so that way you can get a lot of money, or you just raid somebody you're at war with. And if you team up with somebody, let's say you know 2 people are allies, and you hate on one of the allies, you could still join the other of the 2 allies, and then they'll like you again for no reason. That's always hilarious. Relationships in that game are so weird. But that would be my recommendations to you. Otherwise, I would roam and see if there's a high-level bandit thing you can fight. Like in native, it would be the Sea Raiders. I don't know what it would be in the Vikings. If the enemies seem too easy, I would move around a bit more. So anyway, let's switch over. So I said I was going to bring in my Hunural. Drpiloe has another question. By all means, ask. So we're going to start up a game for Seal J Sword. So for people that are looking to do Phantasmal World 4 and possibly get a Seal J Sword, or they just want box rares from Tower, this would be a good time to join. We'll be doing this for like another 20 to 30 minutes. So by all means, Chris, bring in your Valcast. I will join in with a Hunter. Here's the issue. If I burn a village, I become an outlaw, then I'm stuck in a kingdom which could beat me, and I can't buy or sell, so I just over kind of exterminate the bandits. There's nothing wrong with being an outlaw. I would say, though, Radish, I think you kind of have the wrong idea. If you built up a huge army and you can't support them, you need to drop your army. I think that's another common problem. If you don't have, like, reliable income from ventures or other kingdoms, like, you can't afford your own army. So I think you might have accelerated too fast down the track. It's important to know how to get those good troops, but if you can't support it, it's over. If 80 men and it can support them, I need to buy a ship. So for me, for casually running around Radish, that's way too high. Like, I went through all of native with just, like, 30 Radish, or, like, 32. So you would have been saving literally hundreds and hundreds by not having 80 people. I'm looking for Chris's game, then I'm going to look at the other question. Perfect World 2, password is king. My unit, should I run this for my support range hybrid, V101, 801, Smart Link, and Godarm ATM for the extra accessory? For the story, you need that many people. Okay, well, I'm not familiar with them. Support on which character, Drpiloe? So V101 is a really solid unit. I mean, that's truly endgame. Oh, people are joining on the Seal J Sword run. Ooh, that's bravery right there. Hello, everybody. Oh, on your force. The way I kind of view it is, if early on, I would say if you're gonna focus on shooting, you don't need V801 necessarily. If you're not going to use the specials, I don't know if you need Smart Link plus God Arm. I guess it depends a little bit. V101's definitely a very good unit. If you already have it, good. Otherwise, Heavenly Battle's good. Random ray gun. Okay, is everybody ready for the nonsense? Got it last night. Nice. Yeah, V101's a pretty solid unit. Helps across the board. On the plus side, I think you're a... I got excited because I heard a rare sound. Okay, we're just gonna stun lock here with last one. Get out of here, Elgil. I mean, Smart Link's a really good option if you're looking to use your Rambling May. I think that's a really fine choice. When you're playing different episodes, you'll probably take off the V801 is what I'm getting at. Like, episode 2, V801 is not really all that useful. In episodes 1 and 4, I would probably keep it on. Where anytime you're using, like, Rabarda a lot, I would do it. Otherwise, if you're not at max accuracy, it probably makes sense to get rid of V801 for more accuracy. If all you're looking to do is land, like, Rambling May, it's better for you to have, like, a Heavenly Power plus accuracy plus V101 than it is to keep a V801 that you don't use. Like, for example, in this particular run, you will never use a spell, so V801's kind of wasted. So what people will end up doing is they end up having like a Mind Mag for when they use V801, and then they have a Max Stat Mag, which says, I will probably be shooting with my Pew Pew laser most of the time, and then people run that at high levels. So it's not uncommon for your character, Luna, as an example, to actually just run an ATP Mag instead of a Magic Mag. Yeah. More Gaiguis, here we go. Yeah, so, like, if you want to land your Rambling May, you should probably commit at this level. Just commit to, like, ATP plus everything else. Because think about it this way. If you don't find yourself using spells a lot, you don't need MST to do Jellin, Delore, Shifta, D-Band. And typically if you're spamming Rabarda, it's mostly just a freeze rather than damage. So I think that's the run, right? I mean, we'll take a sneak peek at the next room, but I think that was the run. Do a little sneak peek. A little slash lobby. Again, this run is pretty quick. Yeah, we don't need to we don't have to do this room. We'll finish it since we're here, but we'll reset next time we kill the Gaiguis. It's not bad XP here. Yeah, Smart Link is really good if you're looking to use Rambling May, because it does add a lot to your total ATA, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's one of those things you should probably commit. I think don't figure out how my shooting should be. If you're not using them, so you can see in the upper right I have on my stream the accuracy mod. We can just slash lobby. I don't think we have to go further. We'll just slash lobby out of here. It depends, Drpiloe, because if you're... It depends on what you're fighting. So some things you could... I would say normally I would normal heavy on most things. Some things you can triple heavy. But you as a Fomarl will generally not have a lot of accuracy. So I would take a look. So for example, there's certain things with high evasion, like the Sinnohs or the fidget spinners. Nice to know the game is up. Like those enemies can be kind of annoying to deal with, and you won't even be able to land any heavy attacks. I would recommend an add-on that shows the accuracy percentage, because otherwise you have to kind of number crunch per enemy if you don't have an add-on for it. So I'll just give I'll plug myself in my own Twitch chat, but if you go to our Discord, we have a folder for all the add-ons you see on stream. I might look up one more add-on, because I do miss seeing like how much XP a second I was getting. I just really don't remember what mod that was, because apparently it wasn't in the base package that I re-downloaded. It was something else I got. So I looked through the options and didn't see it. Yeah, I feel like, so for an example, if you're fighting an Ilgil here, they have decently good evasion, so probably light heavy would be the most you could get away with. If they're frozen, maybe light heavy. But yeah, I feel like you'll whiff. I feel like you'll even whiff the first light attack on Ilgil. They're kind of annoying to hit. Is Heavenly Battle and V101 good? No, not at the same time. Those don't stack. Don't have a Heavenly Power. Let me see if I have a spare Heavenly Power. I tend to get a lot of them. I just don't know if I have any in my bank. Ogre Powers. Heavenly Battles. Not looking for these. Kill counter session info. Master ability is okay, it's just better to go pure power. Yeah, I don't think I have that one. I'm gonna make a note of this. Yeah, I used to have all sorts of counters. I have timers. I don't have counters, though, for some reason. Anyway, I'll make note of that. Let us proceed. Oh, I can use the Bowie, nice. Ooh, I don't have any units in here. Okay. I'll take a look, Drpiloe, once we're done with the run. I'm sure my spare character has a Heavenly Power. I'm using one currently. His 55 ATP is huge. But I think we'll get started with the run. Yeah, I just got the time. Bar logs. Yeah, I don't think I have the calculator. Oh well. Let's get started. Only the leader may confirm the quest. Yeah, we'll do at least like 3 or 4 of these. And then Drpiloe, I'm gonna switch into whatever C-Bank has all of my goods. I'll take a look. Yeah, but those are those kinds of units where if you're looking, for example, to use Excalibur eventually on your Fomarl, really good. S3 Uber. Is there some way to upgrade my Rambling May? No. Unless you use spheres on it, but I don't recommend it if it has no hit percentage. Weapon spheres only work on percentages, not on hit percent, sadly. So I don't recommend dumping a lot on something with no hit percentage. What does Allure him so it dies faster? Yeah, Allure has such a big difference. Yeah, that enemy has 1,000 evade, so even I can only hit normal on him. On Ilgil specifically, you'll probably need to do that. Oh, I can't target him. No, I can. Yeah, 636 versus Gibbles, comparatively. Why, hello there, giant Gibbles. Yeah, so sadly, I would say it's definitely not worth it. I would not throw away weapon spheres and stuff that is not the end game. Like, your Rambling May will carry you for now, and it's a good item. But, like, your goal is to get one with, like, some percentage of hit. It doesn't have to be a high percentage, but it needs to be there. Because you probably noticed that you do whiff kind of often, the Fomarl. And so that's why you'll want to get those high hit items, for sure. And that's where it requires, like, a lot of grinding for it. Then you can use weapon spheres and add like 30% to the whatever stat you want without going over 2 attributes plus hit percentage. Yeah, you can't add to hit. I wish you could. Then every rare in the game would be worth it. If it's of the right type, so like we wouldn't be grinding Frozen Shooter for all eternity. Yeah, sadly. If it was like an enemy weapon, like for example, Bringer's Arm is pretty solid. Oh, actually, that's a good point, Drpiloe. Did you ever try to get a Bringer's Arm? That's a really solid support item for a force. Attributes other than hit are pretty worthless. Are you talking about for total, or are you talking about like? Because I strong disagree. If you're saying in general the enemy percentages are not worth it, I will go counterpoint Baran's launcher, counterpoint Excalibur with A Beast or Machined. I don't think it's worth it on like Vulcans, for example, but we're just talking in general. But if you're talking specifically, if you have like a 30 native Rambling May, it's just okay. Let's Slush Lobby. Don't think they matter. Hit trumps everything. Right. So, but after hit percentage. Are you saying after hit percentage they're worth it? Or are you saying they don't matter at all? I want to be clear on your stance. Because if you're saying hit is more important than the other stats, yes. If you're saying those other stats don't matter at all, no. There's the nuance. Because I have seen some nasty nonsense with people that weapon sphere, and it is just unbelievably fast how quick they clear things, once they have hit percentage, of course. We'll do a couple more here. Yeah, because, like, oh my gosh, the Excalibur with, like, A Beast or Machine is so disgusting. What a nasty thing. Because, I mean, like, 50 to 60% on like 800 roll ATP is just so gross. They could literally just one-shot, two-shot. I mean, when they can like 3-swing on an Ilgil with fully sphered stuff, that's insane. Far from essential. Yeah, no, I think that's a fair stance. I would say like if you had a 50 hit and then things with like 40 native, 40 dark, you'll still do the hit percentage. So I think we're on the same page there. I just say when you have that item that you know you love and you're playing a limited selection of characters, you absolutely sphere it to do that damage. So that's where like Baran's launcher is worth sphering, things like charge arms are not. It's all based off the base ATP of the weapon. So like I generally won't recommend anything lower than several hundred ATP for sphering. But once you sphere it, it feels nice. So I felt the difference when I just switched between, let's say a Heaven Striker with 25% dark versus 0%, where I'm literally able to get kills I'm not able to get if I don't need the hit percentage. Like, obviously if I had like a 50 hit, you know, then that might change some things, but if I'm already landing the hit, oh my gosh, 25 dark. On things like falls on a solo play, so much damage difference. Like, please let me get through falls defense in single player. All praise the Heaven Striker. Another great item I think is worth sphering. That Baran's launcher, Excalibur. I guess you could technically level Cannon Rouge, I guess. Welcome, Helpleaf. We were talking about you earlier. All positive things. Hopefully you're doing well. Give a 20 hit Heaven Striker? Wow, that's actually better than me. Good job, Drpiloe. Final impact is okay. It matter damage just matters more depending on the weapon, like EL. Yeah, exactly. Like there's some where like I don't like a great example of where the percentages don't matter for the most part, Vulcans. Like their ATP is just too low. Like what is 100% of 20? Like who cares? You'd argue native is the worst one to get because the lowest issue region anyway. That's an interesting argument. I can't say I've really sat there and thought about it. It like in terms of like I would want Excalibur for things like Satellite Lizard because I use it the most there, or Worm Boss because that's what I tend to use it on. I mean, for me, that's what I would use it on. I'm sure other people have other things they do it with. Like, I'm not going to be using my Excalibur on most dark monsters, except maybe in the Belras. Maybe sometimes Chaos Bringer. It depends on where they are relative to me. It's definitely overkill for Dragon. You don't need data percentage for Dragon, for example. That's a little much. We're gonna reset the run. So I'm gonna check real quick. I'm gonna close the game. I'll rejoin in a moment. I just want to see on my share bank character. I think I moved them to my last character bank. I want to see if I have a spare Heavenly Power for our friend in the chat. I think to the final slot because I got tired of bumping into them. Let me just check. All are useful, AB less useful since less enemies with it. Yeah, I think the sad part is like in the normal game mode, if the sub bosses like Gibbles and stuff were weapon percentageable, I think I would see a case for more weapon percentages there. Oh, I have 2 banks. Oh no, why do I have 2 banks? I forgot. What do I have in both banks? Hold on, chat. I get to surprise myself. Oh, right. Is the first one... maybe the first one is what I'm looking for. I'll check real quick. It'll be a fun little surprise. I remembered I had S-Bank, and then I cloned him, but I forgot I cloned him twice. I think because I had one for beginners and then one for my ult gear, if I remember correctly. I think this might be my beginner one. So we're gonna check for a spare Heavenly Power, and if not, we'll move on. Since I could do at least like 4 or 5 more attempts of those CLJ sword rounds. Oh, I have a Hell Laser. Oh, well, let's take that out of there. I thought I had gotten rid of all of them, but apparently not. Definitely want that for runs later. Although I need a Hell Handgun back at some point. I have some okay red swords. I could just bring out the ultimate frame for my other character. Sword Saints. Heavenly Power. There we go. I got one. Let's go ahead and give that to friend of the stream, Drpiloe. He's away. We'll go back to C-Bank 1. There we go. So I think at this point I just need a Hell Handgun, because I was using it on my Fomarl last year, not this year, for some of the runs. I'd like to be able to eventually get another Hell Handgun for them. How many are those worth it? I don't remember. I'll take it to Hell Cleave. I don't really care what you give me in return, if anything. I just want to help you go through with the Fomarl. This 55 ATP is just earlier Excalibur, as far as I'm concerned. And that's where I ended up doing it. And people were asking last session... Let's see. Is the game up? Yes, the game is up. Into the game. People were asking last session whether or not you should go ATP with Fomarl. And I said for the most part, yes, honestly. They were pretty fun to play ATP in the early levels. Yeah, I'm not using the Heavenly Power, so it just makes sense to give one away. It's not like I don't have extras. Okay. I really only have shift to 18 in here? Crazy. Oh no, I got a shift to 20. Oh, okay. Note to self. If I shift to 20, I could give it to the other character. Yeah, this will help significantly. It's nice to have them when making new melee characters. Just because you get earlier access to stuff. Although I still like mixing like at least 1 Heavenly Arm, 2 Heavenly Power. Oh, somebody's telling me here. I'll turn around. Uh-oh, what am I receiving? Oh, a Heavenly Body? Sure. I have a lot of those, but they do help new players. We'll take it and move on. But hopefully that 55 ATP helps the double hit from Rambling May hit for big damage. Or if you're using Slicers, That is basically like getting 8 or 9 level ups in one unit. It's pretty strong. You should feel pretty much an immediate clear speed difference. So yeah, when I'm playing pure ATP Fomarl, I usually go V101, double Heavenly Power, and then maybe Heavenly Arm. Okay. Yeah, and we were receiving a decent number of Heavenly Arms, but I don't have many to spare, unfortunately. Those are a little more annoying to get, because normally we farm those in Ruins as an ult rare, but I haven't been doing many Ruins farms, so I think I'll put that on the list. So if you did need one, Drpiloe, let me know. I'll probably do hunts for them later. And instead of storing it in my secret bank never to be used again, I'll give you one. Because the 5 extra accuracy is useful. Also, why am I buffing? There's a force. Yeah, so for me, when they're frozen, I hit normal, hard. So it'd probably just be all normals there. Yeah, that when you commit to the ATP, it feels really good. Sure, I'll take a moment here. There we go. This character is getting a little bit of XP, a little bit of time in the sun. Excited to hit level 200 at some point. I think with this event, you could probably get pretty close if you wanted to. Have you been doing any runs for Red Rank, Drpiloe? That's the true shield upgrade. If you're gonna go ATP Fomarl, what a massive increase. Yeah, otherwise, what I would recommend, Drpiloe, if you're looking for utility, well, there are certain events you could trade in, either like badges or eggs, in order to get like 50 hit common items, and those can be, for example, Hell Guns and Demons, which are pretty good for you. However, there's a stronger version of those that you can farm on purpose in Ruins, depending on your ID. And that's the Bringer's Arm. It drops from the Chaos Bringers, aka the Horsemen, episode 1. And that's basically a super good demon. Okay. We'll slash lobby. That's basically like a super good version of the demons. It basically gives you a sniper rifle that you can use as a force, but it can apply demons, which cuts their health down by 3/4. That's kind of like the ultimate support item. You have to buy 2 of that. 2 of what? The bringers. I mean, if you want, actually, I might have a spare. Oh, Red Ring. Yeah, Red Ring. that I can't give a spare of. I probably have a spare Bringer's Arm. I don't know if it's on this character or not. So honestly, if you wanted one, I just collected them because I was originally going to give them away for the Scavenger, but they got rid of that last year. I was left in kind of like an awkward position. Let me see if I have one just casually in here. Arts Effect Blaster, no. Alright, so it might be on one of my other characters. Take a look again. So in 2 more runs, Drpiloe, we'll pause and I'll look. Imagine having a spare Red Ring. I know. Yeah, so the downside though, Drpiloe, is that you need to use photon crystals to upgrade its hit percentage. So if you're not familiar with Dr. Otto's research in that quest chain, it might be worth looking up after the stream. Because you need to do story mode to unlock it. I recommend just playing through normal. You have 6 crystals. If you're really lucky, that'll give you a decent amount, but probably you will need a lot more. Like, we're talking most people spend probably like 14 to 50, to be honest with you, in order to cap it. But 6 crystals is a good start. You can get a guaranteed 10% on it of hit, and then you can add a bit more if you want. Oh yeah, it's all RNG, because it's like 100%, 80%, 60, 40, 20. And if you get really unlucky, you could lose a lot of crystals that way. If you're really lucky, like when I did my Bringer's Arm, I only had 2 whiffs. So I think I spent under 12 total. And so far, I've not spent more than 30 between 2 Bringer's Arms. Exactly. Until then, the 50-hit Demon Ray Gun will be good enough. Exactly. Oh, random Photon Draw? Cool. Yeah, like, it increases the amount, and it just becomes harder to do, which is kind of annoying. A very good point from Hellcleave. So yeah, I'd recommend. We'll definitely talk about that in the item guide, because there's events that people could come in at all levels, and honestly, like, getting one of those items which doesn't require doing anything other than what you're currently doing and maybe trading in an event good will so much power level your gameplay, it's almost not even funny. Yeah, I'm sure Hellcleave will be mad. So far, I've passed all 3 of my 5 per rolls the first time. I failed the 80% one though. I don't know how that happened. I was like, really? Like, that actually feels unlucky. Honestly, the only reason I made it this far is from your videos. Oh, well, I'll try to do my best to inform you. We'll do a formal video. I'm not gonna promise by next week, but before Halloween event, I would like to do that video, ideally. Like, I gotta do some research and check some item tables. You're done with Photon Crystals besides MRs at the moment, Master Ravens. I'm doing better with acronyms, everybody. I'm learning. I'm normally extremely bad at acronyms. People have heard me say this a few times, but it's really true. I have to stare at it. Can you not target boxes that are in the alcove there? That's a thing. Why couldn't I Gazan those? I could Rebarda them, but not Gazan. That's so weird. I guess they count as in a different room for some reason. Weird. So weird, chat. You need like 4 more. I just need a Master Raven. I'd be pretty happy if I ever saw one. So yeah, so definitely Drpiloe, if you have any questions prior to the video, I'll try to give advice. Expedite that process. We are doing a lot of bonus sessions lately. Alright, let's do one more reset. I'm gonna check to see if I have a spare Bringer's Arm. I think I gave away one last time. I remember before I did the sort, I had 2 Bringer's Arms next to each other, but I don't recall what character it's on. I'm hoping I moved them both to my character banks. Yeah, we'll do one more, and then I have a hard stop. Trying to save to 50 for the safety heart. Honestly, it was... I got to see someone show it off. I don't think it was on stream. It was okay, but like, I don't know if I would sink all of your EDs towards it. There's a lot of better things you should get over Safety Heart. Safety Heart is not a game changer item. Like, you spending like 2 photon drops for a Bringer's Arm is so much better than going for the Safety Heart. Or getting your very first magical piece is much stronger than going for Safety Heart. Yeah, there's a lot of guns, so that's why I think I do need to talk about some of those things, because there's items where you're like, I'm a force, so I should only be using canes, but there's like weird items that don't fit the normal flow. Yeah, exactly. It would just be, exactly, it would be better just to save up for the red ring, or 180, or if you wanted a more immediate small purchase, you would go for... if you really can't farm Bringer's Arm for some reason, somebody will probably give it to you for pretty cheap. Just that you have to invest photon crystals in it. Or, if you have event items, as I said before, it's worth checking out which ones you can gamble for common items. So we'll compile that soon. Yeah, magical piece is pretty nice. The fact that it helps Gfoe and Gazand is really useful. It does help with certain damage thresholds. I would say it's less important if you're not doing episode 4, but if you're trying to clear episode 4 for experience, it is like almost run defining. It's like slightly under run defining. If you combine that with like an ignition cloak and the Gfoe merge, having all 3 of those at once is such a time saver. Like, you could be saving like literal hours on the runs. kinds of ridiculousness, because you're spending like 2 or less Gafoes per room. It's insane. Yeah, like, and that means you're not getting knocked down, you're not getting hit. In general, you're not getting frozen by Marissas. Like, it makes such a big difference. I'm an extra, but yeah, I'd say 50 hit ray gun until you get more. They're really close if I remember Hell Cleave. I believe you need 50 demons is definitely higher. The handgun, I think, is really close, if I remember correctly. Like, the handgun is close to, like, a Bringer's at 40 or something like that, if I remember correctly. They're within, like, 2 ATA, I'll put it that way. Where it doesn't super matter which one you do, but you do have to pump it up into matches. Because the sniper inherently has more accuracy than the guns do. And also more ATP. Bye, Delily. Nothing of interest around here. Yeah, I remember them being very close to one another, where it's like, I either bring my 40s Bringers or my handgun, and it didn't really matter. Like, the percentage just was negligible at that point. But definitely if you have 50 Bringers, it's pretty good. And I think it's maybe +8 accuracy over it. Yeah, let me check for Bringers. As I said before, I have spares. I'm not going to make more. I have my floating ones. I don't feel like sinking all my photon crystals into them. Only if I get my Master Raven will I even consider that at all. Just so sad. One day, chat, I will enjoy the Master Raven. Then I'll have a boss weapon for Humar, chat, and Rockcast. Actually, that's not true. My Rockcast has Heaven Striker already. Okay. E-Band level 29. I don't think I need that. Hello, did you need a D-Band 29? Otherwise, I'm just gonna ignore it. Leave it here if you really want it. Randomly dropped. I had a feeling you did. Yeah, let me check my other bank, so I'm gonna quit out. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the Sealed J-Sword runs. Let's take a look. Who has the things I'm looking for? Yeah, Sealed J-Sword run. What exactly is a Sealed J-Sword run? It's an uber rare. It's basically one of the hardest to get items out of the game. We kind of joke. It's like, it's good, but I don't know if the rare rate justifies the grind for it. Yeah, that quest is really useful to do V502. In particular, if you're the right ID. We're gonna take a little look at our characters. I'm gonna roll my fingers across the keyboard. Yeah, sadly, hard stop here, so I gotta do some stuff before family gets here. Yes, so the game gives you drops based off of who makes the games, Drpiloe. So Chris was making Sky ID, so there's a whole table for every area that Sky ID can get these rares. So if you join as a different ID, it doesn't matter. Chris made the game, he's Sky, only Sky items drop. That's why you might see in certain games, people will say like purple caves, or they'll say like green ring or something like that. It's to inform them like what rares to expect, so they consult the almighty charts on Ephinea. So like Pink ID, for example, will get a lot of Elemental Scepters. It can get Limiter from Episode 4 Drpiloes. So you either have a lot of old IDs, as Hellcleave is saying, or you make a lot of friends. Casual parts of Baran's in here. You know what? You're in luck, Drpiloe. I have one Bringer's Red Arm, and I think that's the last one that I have. Might have given the other one away. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff in. Yeah, so I'm looking at you, Hellcleave. Let me know. We got the cookies. Got the cookies for later. Oh, there's the badges. See, I wasn't hallucinating. I knew I had some. Only 3 gold badges. I thought I had more than that. I thought I had 5. Yeah, we just have the casual wall of yellow. I have so many god abilities. Pillow, did you need a god ability for anything? It's just generically useful, but if you have heavenly power, maybe you don't need it. Do I have any spare? Same for Xmas. I know Halloween I'll be doing Yu-Go runs. That's fair. Yeah, Congeal Cloak is free bonus damage to ice. I like it as a support character, because that's like the only spell I use when playing support. I'm just looking to see if I have anything. I've held Vulcans. I don't know why I put that in there, to be honest. Now with the heavenly power and realign my units, I already feel like a new character. I reset my customize option now after getting my Rambling May. What do you mean customize option? I don't know what that means. Translate that. Did you like reset materials? Oh, like control customization. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Talking about literally that. Okay. Check one more thing. Roll my finger across the keyboard and we'll oops. Put a password in here. No, come on game. Don't eat my inputs. There we go. I know I type quick on the controller sometimes. And mainly different techniques now with the light, heavy, and heal support and stuff. It feels so different. So, Drpiloe, I don't know if you're aware. Do you know that when you hit control, you have a completely different numpad you could use? By the way. Wait, did I just sub out to the same one? I think I did. Whoops. Well, I think I could take... Oh no, they just... No, this... yes I did. I don't need these though. I need a god battle. I'll take one god ability out of here. It's in the share bag. I need to actually put these away first. From S-Bank 2, I just need to go to S-Bank 1. I'll make a game for Drpiloe. I'll call it Drpiloe. Password will be king. Thankfully, you just found that out when I was resetting with my Rambling May. Oh, yeah. So, makes sense. Yeah, you can see at the bottom my alignment, but it makes more sense because I'm using a controller. But like 1 through 4, for example, are my right control stick. So I just flick the stick for my buffs. So I know like up is Shifta, down is the opposite of Shifta, which is Jellin. Right is D-Ban, the opposite of right is or like it makes sense like to my thumbs what I need. Like generally up is good, down is a debuff. So I try to train my body to do that. So I don't need to consciously think about the controls. So we'll make a game for Drpiloe. And I wrote down the name of the other add-on. I definitely want to put that back into my rotation. I missed that so much. No idea, chat. I missed it so much. I don't need it like every run, but man, when I'm trying to compare efficiency... Oh, this character's... You have a Demon's Ray Gun? Oh, but no, Hell Ray Gun. Drpiloe, did you need any elemental stabs, by the way? Double checking what I have in here. There's Songays, don't need Songays. Got all your stabs? Okay. There's a 13, nice. Here's my Proof of Sword Saints. Oh, I do have spare power mags. Let me move my power mags out of here. I gotta level the Talisius more. And I should leave my Savitri in my general bank. Oh, I have one more Bringers. And an Amplifier Gafoi. Okay, we need to make another Gafoi. Because I forgot I had this. But yeah, we have all these other things. Like, whatever. Fine. You had a red barrier? Nice. I need to get another red barrier at some point. How do you make that Gafoi? You need an Amplifier Gafoi. Let me put these in here so I have better options. Yeah, there we go. Now I have a spare power mag, even if it's not great. I gotta level the Talesius that, basically, I paid for it. I should probably level it. Now I have 3 smart links. That's pretty good. Where's the... Did I put it back in the wrong bank or something? I don't see what I'm looking for in here. Maybe I put it back in my character bank by accident. The other character. Anyway, let's at least give the Bringer's Arm away. Fine. I thought I put something in here for my other characters, but I don't see it. Breastplate there. Oh no, it's there. The God ability is there. Drpiloe, did you need the God ability out of curiosity? It's generically 20 to everything, and also accuracy. You don't have one? Okay. You get to decide if you want to use this. Yeah. When you get really high in accuracy, you'll probably use the God ability over a God... Oh, wait. Are you said you're... Yeah. Essentially, just double check as you level. When you get high enough in accuracy, you'll probably be using the God ability over the Heavenly Arms, or whatever your equivalency is. Because at that point, your accuracy will be capped. So at that point, you only care about ATP luck. That's it. So, even if it just sits with you for a little bit, it's a nice backup unit. Or if you don't have a good mine unit, that's also not bad for learning techniques. Either way, it's decent. It's not like the end-all be-all unit. You could definitely get better units, but it's good. Yeah, like, so just, like, unequip your accuracy every now and then and go, like, how far am I from the cap? Because if you're only 2 from the cap, God ability is just better, because it's just free ATP. It's like gaining 4 or 5 levels right off the bat. And, yeah, makes your spell slightly stronger, too. If you wanted to do Rabarda spam, as I said before. Actually, Drpiloe, one last question. Did you want a Congeal Cloak? I remember if this character had it, though. I saw I had one. Maybe it's not on this character. What does that do? Buffs ice damage by 10%. It's an armor. Is it on this character? On the other character. Yeah, I use it when I'm playing, like, pure support. Yeah, if you want it, let me know. I have to switch characters. We're out of here. All up to you. People tend to prefer the Ignition Cloak, but it's still better than nothing, and if you don't have a good armor anyway. Not bad. I feel bad at this point. Gonna be focusing at range. Yeah, as I said before, when I'm playing like ATP Force, I actually find it more useful to have ice buffs than fire, because if I'm torn between ATP and MST, especially in the levels where you're between like 130, let's say about 170 for the Fomarl, I find that if you're going pure ATP, the only time I use spells is when I am using Rabarda. I almost never use another spell when I'm playing ATP, because I want a 360 freeze. If I'm trying to freeze the enemy on purpose as a support character, I'd rather it do more damage. That's my logic. But yeah, you don't really need high armor defense at all for the Fomarl. She's one of those characters, she's so tanky with everything else, it just doesn't matter. My last question to you, I don't have a spare one for you, but have you tried getting 3 seals yet, Drpiloe, as a shield? Because I actually prefer that over all the other shields until you get Red Ring. Because I was basically just like, if I'm not using Gafo Emerge, I just default to 3 seals. Yeah, it's a 1k gamble on certain days. Let's just correct the information before I leave. In Quarren's prize list, 3 seals can be attained on Mondays. But keep in mind that the server's ahead of time, so I would do it Sunday afternoon if you're on East Coast US, like late afternoon. And that will get you 3 seals, God Mind, God Arm, and Hero Ability. You can also technically do it on Saturday as well, as in today. So if you were to gamble right now, you could get God Abilities and 3 seals if you wanted to. Not a bad alternate day. Plus 1k, you just talk to the guy that's right in front of me. But it's all about the gamble. Just keep those in mind. 3 seals is kind of like your ultra elemental resistance thing, and it randomly blocks. So if you just want to have like 30 to all resistances, Drpiloe, 3 seals is your item. So you'll find probably 3 seals way more defensively useful against bosses than you will anything else. Because honestly, the resist total is so high. And also, if you're annoyed at being insta-killed by lilies, having like 25 to 30 dark resist from the shield is kind of nice. So you can think of it that way, whatever appeals to you more. But unfortunately, chat, I think it's time to go. Also, one additional thing, Drpiloe, 3 Seals buffs Resond, the 316 lightning spell, so it even boosts your damage with it by 30%, I think. So it makes Resond a lot more useful too. So again, it's a really great overall shield. Has a fairly low level requirement. How do I turn the Bringer's Arm into the rifle? Please look up the Dr. Otto's research quest, or look up how do I convert monster parts into weapons. I recommend the wiki. There's too much. I think in one of our item guides we went over some of it before, like our quest guide talked about it, but it's way too much to talk about in one sitting, because I have to go. So with that, chat, I'm gonna say it's time to say goodbye to YouTube. So hopefully everybody that watched learned something today, or they had fun, or maybe they got some rares. But for now, we're gonna say goodbye. Take pleasure in Bonsai Tree, everyone, pretty much, and hope to see you again next time.